All right. I mean, I can try a recap. Um,
We're
so
getting to the point today. Everyone be
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Uh,
We started off with some rather tense negotiations against a Gabriel-led squad of Vanadori soldiers. Madcap eventually, not Madcap. Fuck.
Madcap.
God.
the
Who's
crossover
this
of the
Just showed up
Madcap
out
century.
of
you're
nowhere.
speaking of?
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, the
Oh, my little
Cobra's
friend.
other monk. Ren decided to sprint forward and just manhandle Gabriel, putting a sword to his throat and basically telling everybody else to stand the fuck down. Um, the soldiers pretty much got it through their heads that what they were doing was stupid. And then Gabriel was given over to the Dryads. They were told not to torture him or turn him into a tree or anything like that, and that perhaps we can use him as a prisoner exchange to get their Dryad back.
Instead, they opted for bush form.
You said not a tree.
Oh, we
Right.
didn't turn him into a tree. He's a bush. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a baby tree.
Then Lucen lifted a very important artifact out of Gabriel's pocket that he was attempting to try and use, and Octavian gave it to Octavian. I have now attuned to it, and we'll see what happens. Some other personal conversations happened, just seeing how everybody felt about the situation. We continued to move towards the location where the flying madness supposedly roosts, or its lair,
Is.
or whatever. Yeah, where it is, supposedly, so that we can do our part. And then during Octavian's watch, the Dryad leader Sula appeared and had a talk with him about the things that Gabriel has been telling them and the sense of things that she's trying to make. And if I remember correctly, both I and Octavian have kind of come to a conclusion that will alter basically the goals, if I guess, figuring out which side he's on, as he likes to say. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. I might be missing a few things.
There was the things that happened in the middle of the night with what's his name?
With
Agarwin.
Oh,
Wait, shit happened with me?
oh yeah, your little antics with the tiny fey creatures.
Oh, right, yeah. I now have their names and I can summon them. Goodwill!
I'm sure that'll go over.
My
great.
enemies will now die. The church is fucked. There's just no surviving this.
I have tiny arms.
Going back and rewatching that, how you described them hearing your call, I almost spit out my drink again.
Yeah, the Brigandox, that's what they were called.
Yes. Are those like official like creatures?
Yeah, they're in a World Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh shit! I have to go and read that book series or that book. I think.
I'm pretty sure Ren had a very important conversation with Adney as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what happened last session versus the one before it.
Yeah, they just reaffirmed sort of the goal to Ren's sort of goal to help her mother any way that he can, right? And I believe Adney indicated that as much as she's enjoying the forest adventure, that's where her heart is.
Yeah. So plan as it is, deal with the flying madness, talk to this bastion, and kind of go from there.
Kick ass, chew bubble gum, chew some more gum.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of ass.
Whoa.
Go chew some more gum.
Kinky.
You guys finally meet whatever the bastion is, and it's just like, "Hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me."
I was expecting Duke Nukem.
And the whole thing was just a Rick and Morty meme, and then the campaign's over.
I would approve. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'd
we just
be
end it.
that'd be A+.
10 sessions just for that, just for one joke.
It was worth it.
Dude, I waited 2 years for an inside joke in my campaign to come to fruition.
It's amazing. I like inside jokes. I hope to be a part of one someday.
You have been.
It's Michael Scott. Right?
What are we to you?
So, my friends, you've
Your
traveled.
friends?
Yes, my friends. My friends.
Guys, we've upgraded. Guys, we've
Wishful.
upgraded from punching bags to friends.
Well,
I feel spoiled now.
yes. Make sure my stream is good. Yes. Good. So, you have traveled far through these woods since being brought here against your will by a capricious fae. But one thing is certain. You've made a choice to help the creatures here, to free them from a malady that pulls apart the psyche, much as the omnipresent powers of this place pull apart reality. Yes, as the sun fails to rise on this day, a strange gray mist clings low to the ground, which is covered in roots and stones. A rocky path lay before you. Suddenly, Ren, there is a vibration in your pocket.
Okay.
A little bit of a hum from your sending stone.
Oh. About fucking time.
Put you on red.
Do you want me
Fucking
to?
donut wall.
Do you want me to chat you, Cobra? Or do you mind if I just read it out loud?
Ignore it. If it's important, they'll call back.
Yeah, I can read it out loud. It's fine.
Okay. You would get a message that says, "You've been gone for a few hours. Is everything all right, Ren?"
Okay, the concept of time is fucked. Got it.
And with that, may I have everyone roll a d20?
I went right to the wrong fucking channel.
How do you do that?
On the top left, you'll see a thing that looks like a 20-sided dice. Click, hover over that. You should see a bunch of dice pull down.
Okay,
I'll
and then
roll
I just hit D20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
You can
one.
also type /roll space like 1d20 or whatever.
There's also
That
the
works
advanced dice roller underneath that menu, and it pulls up a separate window, and you can just give the dice
Almost.
formula.
I'm
Yeah.
almost winning. Cobra beat me.
I don't know. I think Deflator's winning all out of all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a golf game? Crap.
I think
Richard.
maybe.
I didn't realize we were playing golf.
Okay.
Well, I'm screwed then.
Possibly
No,
so is everyone else
I'm
except for
betting
Deflator.
So now, adventurers, what would you like to do?
Ask what that D20 was for.
Okay, we'll
But
find
since
would
I'm
like to-
obviously not going to get an answer for that,
I would like to not die.
I'm gonna make a
Well,
note of
that's
that. Not die. Goals this session: not die.
not die.
Yeah.
So quick question: was the sending like public? Did we all hear it or just
Only Ren.
Ren?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And did we hear the buzzing or no?
I don't know, Ren. How what do you think? I think it's
I
something
mean,
that
no,
maybe
it's-
you would just feel in your pocket, probably.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be just like a mental thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of re-envisioned it almost like a pager, but you know.
Yeah. Eventually, you have to hold the stone up to speak into it, but when you receive something, it's just mental.
Yes.
It's fucking mental, all right.
Like fucking mental, mate.
Well, since I wouldn't have seen anything or done anything, I won't make any comment towards it because I thought that was a good conversation piece. But let's continue forward.
So was that the response to Ren's first one like 2 days ago, or can Ren respond?
When did you
Kinda
last send that message?
skewed here.
It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, then you could respond.
I have 25 words. Ren would
Yeah.
Ren would say. How long have we been here? Like 3 nights?
That's a great question. Yeah. So I think did you sleep one night in the Vanadori camp? I forget.
I don't
Yes.
think so.
I feel like
No.
I feel like
I don't think we did.
I think it would have taken you a day or two to get from where you were under guard to the main camp.
Well, like, we didn't spend a night in the camp, but, like, we obviously spent a night in jail, I thought.
Yeah. That's my headcanon, unless anyone has an objection.
No, that's fine.
No,
And
no,
then
that works for me.
and then from
Yeah, so
there
we've probably been in here a few days, like
And
less than a week, but more than like 3 days.
and then didn't you sleep outside one night, and then the second night was at the Butterdish
cabin.
cabin. And then the third night was
The third night
now.
was kind of outside Junipera, and then we're finishing up a night right now, right?
Okay, so 1, 2.
So it's been approximately
3,
a week.
4, 5. Yeah, about 5 sleeps in the session, and I think it probably would have been about a week.
Okay.
I guess Ren would fuck.
Really?
What?
I wish he gave me some like a heads up that I was gonna get this so I could think of something to say.
You can
No.
think for a few minutes, you know.
That would be easy. We can't have
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Let's press forward. And I guess there would be one question that Lucan would point out and said, was it weird to anyone else that man just happened to coincide with our path?
Which one?
The
Everything
one
about
that,
it.
the one with the bird.
Everything about this
Oh.
place is weird.
Yes.
Yes, I
He
concur.
makes an excellent point. Yes.
I don't know. I just felt like that was the first person we've ever not on purpose seen who wasn't there for a reason. So I'm getting the feeling that maybe something's up with that particular encounter, for lack of a better word.
Would also be one of those spirits that B mentioned.
Could be.
True.
Well, there are a lot of those kind of spirits in these woods. It's an ancient place. I'll be playing the part of B till Kate gets here.
Okay.
You're doing great. Don't quit your day job.
Hmm. So, B, you know where this creature is? I think you said yes.
Well, I knew that it was nesting to the southeast somewhere. That's what I heard. But well, the Dryad set us on the right path. It should be, if they were right, it should be a little bit farther in that direction. I've never been this far away from my home before, though.
Well, welcome.
Is this what y'all do? Adventuring around new places?
Me? No.
For the most part.
Not by
Usually-
choice.
Hmm.
I usually try to go and put holes in metal breastplates,
Hmm.
but
That's why I became an adventurer. To go to exotic places, meet interesting people, and kill them.
we're doing great then.
I was just trying to survive, but now I'm here, so.
I would say you're still doing the same thing.
True, but now I actually have people who have a lot more competency.
That can be debatable at times.
Not really when it comes to the people I hang out with.
My people have a saying: if you see the sun rise, you get another chance. So I think think
Well,
about
so
that
far I'm
every
not
day.
seeing it rising.
I don't know. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, that does
we're
not
kind
well.
of screwed today.
It could just be this.
There's just lots of
fog.
fire.
Strange though.
So, B, this place is called the Grove of the Moondog. What the fuck is a moondog?
The Moondog, obviously.
Well, I've heard some rumors. My uncle once saw a moonhound. He described it. It was like a hunting dog, but standing up on its hind legs, and he swore it could talk. Y'all ever seen anything quite like that?
Probably a lot.
Didn't Nire have one?
Yes.
Oh.
It's actually just Grove of the Moon, but somebody was trying to be urbane, and that's it.
Go over the moon, dog.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Grove of the Moon God, but someone's dyslexic.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. God, we need to get more schools out here. B, you need to work on that.
Yeah.
Our youngins do some learning, but it's usually not
Frowned upon. Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of
Yeah.
gestures at Lucan. Lucan, as a wizard, have we seen you with any parchment or inks at this point, or any books, or not so much?
You see my tome strapped to my side,
Yeah. So
and
B would gesture
yeah.
to that and say, we don't go in for much of the academics like our friend Lucan here.
it's fair.
We actually run a pretty big grow op.
I'm sorry, what?
That was a painful one.
Take 1 psychic damage.
Or they farm weed. What do you want?
This explains a lot.
This,
Does it?
This
Let me-
grove, is it where the beast slumbers, or is it further past this one?
There's a funny scene in the office where Dwight has like a bag of weed that he found in the parking lot, and he shows it to Creed. He goes, "Do you know what this is?" And he looks. He says, "Oh, that is Northern Lights Indigo Cannabis." And Dwight goes, "No, it's marijuana." What was your question? Sorry.
I just asked if this place is where, if this grove is where the beast has been sighted slumbering, or if we have to move past it.
You're not actually in the grove yet. You just entered a hilly portion where the trees have thinned a bit, and it's very rocky and rooty. There are still trees, but it's certainly more hilly.
Oh, okay.
And B would remind the group that Sula indicated that this is something about where it nests and where it sits on its throne of bone. And I don't know if she was trying to be poetic or if it actually has a bone chair.
I suppose it depends on how many people it has taken.
That's mighty grim if that's the case.
Well, it kind of goes and depends on how it's laid out. I mean, if it's a stool, for instance, that uses considerably less bone.
Here's hoping when we get there, it doesn't say "Welcome to the Bone Zone."
Here's hoping indeed.
We're in a mood today.
That's for sure. Anyways,
They got a lot of thigh bones. I might like to go and stop by. Those might make some good shafts. But anyway,
yeah, I'm good with anyways.
B, let's move on.
Yes.
As you proceed down the rocky path, roots intertwined with the crushed stones from the long-forgotten Zanari Empire, You would come to a crossroads with a stone slab in the middle. Carved runes are visible on the outward-facing side, and fog hangs heavy on the ground. And if you'll indulge me, we're going to do just a little bit of theater of the mind.
Sorry. Go on. I heard a beep, like you sent a picture. This is unacceptable.
No, I just moved it to a blank sheet, and I did draw something.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but
I was curious. I was like, "What are you talking about?" It's right there.
I was gonna say, I thought this was theater of mind. I'm not getting any theater in my mind. It's unacceptable. I need to speak with management.
Yo, all that's in my mind is theater.
Yes, let me get you up
If
to
you
management.
start,
Hello, this is management. We're here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
great, because I've got a lot of them.
oh, that's actually funny. There was a thing where it said, "What's the worst message you could receive from space?" What about, "We're calling to talk about your planet's extended warranty"?
Well,
some
at the rate
Douglas
that we're
Adams shit.
going,
We're gonna need a couple.
well, no, I was gonna say we're kind of fucked to begin with, so
Yeah.
no point in getting it. We're gonna go and upgrade to a new model here soon.
Yeah.
So, anywho, theater of the mind, us good man.
He is. He's just getting the theater set up
No, I mean,
in
so
front
you,
of us with his eye.
you have come to. You see a crossroads with a stone slab in the middle, carved runes visible on the outward-facing side, and fog hangs heavy in the ground.
I guess I should take a look at this. What I'd like to do is make sure that everyone's around.
By all means, I guess.
I've got to. What? Seriously?
You said you were gonna go and
No,
take a
not
look at
that.
it.
Not that. I saw that there, Ellis.
What'd I do?
I saw you post your thing there.
What did I post?
Did you not post that text there for a second?
No.
It was Ellis in a toga. I knew it.
And that one.
That's just a ping. I just pinged.
Anyway.
It's been a
I feel
long
like that's
week.
kind of like redundant, since in order for them to see it, they must already be here.
It has been a long week. I am so sorry, everybody, for the way that I am right now. But
That's not technically true. He does upload the VODs on YouTube.
True.
What's
All
going
right.
on?
Anyways,
to YouTube.
anyways, I will take a look at the runes.
Yes. Would you give me an Arcana check?
I will. If whoever's doing that up there would stop.
Oh, up there? No, I'm not. I'm not putting any of that there. I don't know who that.
Yeah, I know. It's obvious
Oh.
who's actually putting it up
Oh,
there.
okay. I see. I'm like zoomed in. I wasn't even seeing any of this until I scrolled up.
Yo, it's blank and I'm a child. Okay.
I was so
How's it-
confused.
How's a 22?
Yo, I completely trashed my fucking scratch paper on my placement test the other day when I was done. Like the extra paper. Gotta use it for something.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You made an entire art piece. Alright, I rolled a 22.
Yes. With that, you are able to recognize the language, one that you've seen in some of your studies as a wizard. You recognize this language, and what it says. It says. You're getting the sense that in another language it may have rhymed, or it may have been a little bit more poetic. The choice of words is a little odd, so you're inferring that. But what you're able to translate in your mind into common is, beware the words I write here. Of those who left, they follow the raven. These woods will take us home, my dear. Turn back now, or break my word.
I was expecting of the person who wrote this is right behind you.
No.
Like 2 steps to the left.
And I will drop that.
That would be a trick that a Garwin would totally go and pull on a paladin right there. Like, hi, if you can read this, take 2 steps to your left. Ping! Oh shit, he got shot in the head.
So it said something. So it said something about the raven, and don't fuck with the raven. Got it.
I'll drop it in the thing so everybody can see it.
Okay. That does make it easier with all the distractions of my brain not working.
Mine's in overdrive right now, so it's all good.
Take us home, my dear. All right. So with that, he will immediately turn and look right at fucking Deflator.
Don't fuck with the raven.
Deflator, is this? Come here for a sec.
Okay.
Your lantern thingy. I think it's useful here, maybe.
I don't particularly know what would be useful about it here, but like
Information, because what this says is someone left with the raven.
of those who
Raven.
follow the raven.
So maybe it was the chosen who's not so chosen anymore that was here?
Maybe it means if you turn left, that's the way to the raven.
How did you get turning left?
Of those who left, follow the raven.
Seems too easy.
Seems a little not how English works.
Is this written in English, bud?
That's true. That's a very good point.
I will look around in all the directions. Do any of the directions lead to woods?
There's definitely trees scattered around outside of the path, and each direction you can only see 100 feet or so because there is a heavy fog.
Wonderful. I think we go left and we like smash the plate. Because it says turn back now or break my words. Or break my word, and I feel like it means that literally.
Okay. I don't see any problem with that.
It's us. We tend to break things anyway.
You guys tend to break things.
I just got here.
Same here.
You know what I meant, folks. All right.
Sorry, honestly, Octavian tends to break things.
He's never gonna get to live that one down.
You make an excellent point. Octavian's, when we give the word, break it.
The alcoholic dragon might have a point. I mean, have you tried shining your the lantern on the pillar?
I mean, I could do that. Let me check if I have any spell slots, though. I'll use my spell slot, but yeah, sure. I'll shine my lantern on the thing.
Okay, 1 second. Are you did not expend a spell slot?
Huh? No, I do.
You do? Okay, so...
I have to.
So it does, just, the lantern, it always emits a bluish glow.
Yeah, it always emits, like, a 5-foot radius glow. Okay, never mind. Then I don't expend a spell slot, and I hold it up.
Okay, sure. As you hold it up, as the light from the matron's beacon touches these runes, which Lucan was able to glean some meaning from, you would actually see that they would shift a bit, and it's a language that it's symbols that you've seen before when you've talked.
Person here.
What?
Person joined.
Here.
Keiki. Hi, Kate.
Hello, folks. I'm currently walking back from work at the moment. I hope everyone can hear me okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm walking back at the moment, so sorry I got held over time, but I'm like, shit, it's almost 7, I should join.
No,
So
you're good.
I'm here.
Yay.
So if y'all want to, I don't know what we were doing, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry, just...
No, if you want to listen,
Reading.
in,
Have you been saved from the plague?
You'll be up to date. Yeah.
Yes, I am safe from the plague, by the way.
All right, good. Stop
Thank
dying.
you, Ellis.
Good.
Yes. Yeah, great. Basically, I had to play B for a little bit, but I was very charming. Accent wasn't quite right, but we just basically decided to walk in the direction that the dryads took us, and we have found a strange clearing with a tablet with some runes that we're investigating. So if you want to listen in, jump in if you want, you'll be all up to date. So as you shine the light, Deflator, you would actually notice some of the symbols you've seen before. They remind you of when you've actually been in the presence of the Raven Queen, and you think that this language might be from the Shadowfell.
Interesting. I doubt anybody here fucking speaks that.
Nope.
I don't have comprehend language.
What's the language?
That sucks.
Nope,
I don't know.
definitely not.
I don't know what the language is. So no, definitely not. Mr. Wizard, do you know comprehend languages?
In fact, I do not.
Fuck.
However, our paladin might.
What level is comprehend languages?
Second,
One.
I think.
One.
One?
Yeah,
Question.
comprehend language is 1.
I do not have it. It's not in my preparable spell list.
Good question.
The C's that I have are ceremony, command, compelled, duel, and cure wounds.
It is a ritual, so that's why.
Paladins don't get ritual casting.
Yeah,
They get
exactly.
ritual
It's
spells,
basically-
not ritual casting.
Oh, well, either way.
The only class that doesn't get ritual spells is sorcerer. Yes.
Mr.
Deflator.
Ranger. Yes.
Can't you go and call upon your patron?
I mean, not
Mm.
always, and probably not here, but I mean, we could try.
You
If
never
I
know.
was
It's worth a
to
shot.
be honest, because your lantern reacted to it, I would assume this is something to do with your patron.
Mm-hmm.
Question. Does B know anything about this? Could I make like a history check, or not a history, like a nature check maybe? If I like have heard of anything about these ruins or any like tall tales of the Feywild,
Sure.
similar to like the old lady that has helped us before.
Sure.
Hey, can someone roll a d20 for me?
I get your character sheet up.
Thank you.
Do you want to do a nature check?
Yeah, nature sounds perfect.
Cool. Ooh, a 20.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah, I didn't mean to whisper roll it. I just did it automatically.
I can see
saw
it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good.
Yay. Awesome.
Yeah, so, no, you don't really glean anything else from it. You haven't been this far from home before, and there's something about where you are that doesn't seem natural to you.
Interesting.
It's not the forest you know.
Okay. It's the Feywild.
And I just,
Ooh.
I'd like advice from the from some of our seasoned DMs here, but I want to add that the runic language was arcane in nature, so that's why Lucan was able to find some meaning in it, and all Deflator gleaned was just that it actually is Deflator, you may or may not know the name of the language, but you've seen some of the runes before, when you've either had visions or interactions with the Dark Lady's abode.
So I should give it another shot?
No. So like you've already kind of gotten the meaning that you're going to get.
Gotcha.
Well, I feel like there's two things. One, I'll expend a spell slot to like expand the light. Or actually, no, I won't do that yet. I'll do that second. Give me 10 minutes. In character. That's in character.
Why don't you do a walk around the thing and see if your lantern reacts at all?
I was gonna do what Carwin suggested.
That works too.
May I make a religion check to see if I can like either commune with the Raven Queen or anything anybody or anything related to her that could maybe tell me what this says or assist in any way?
Certainly.
Okay. I will like sit down, like put the beacon on the ground, and focus inward. That's a big ol' 8.
Okay.
Woo! We're winning.
You do not feel the presence of the Raven Queen in this place at this time.
Yeah. Felt like that was gonna be the case.
You tried.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take the like lantern around and like kind of look around this area to see if anything else pops up.
No, it seems to be if you're walking around the general area of the clearing, yeah, the only thing that seems to react is the actual stone circle in the center.
All right, well, I guess I'm using the spell slot, gamers.
So that would allow you to, if I'm reading it correctly, are you trying to see invisible creatures and objects?
Yes, but also just like, I want like the brighter light and also, what's it called? Actually, okay. Can I use the other feature?
Sure.
You can view one of the memories from inside the lantern. You can specify which one with a DC 15 Arcana check.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I'll make an Arcana check. I'm not, like, really trying to find a specific one exactly, but, like...
Sure.
Of any that are, like, in the thing, I'm trying to, like, find if there's anything from here.
Sure.
Or that could give me, like, a hint. Okay.
Sure.
That's a 21.
Wow, okay. In that case, are you looking for a specific one? Or just something from this area, anything from this area that you might...
Anything from this area.
Sure.
Because, like, obviously I don't know anyone who's been here, and I don't know any of the memories in this lantern, because I haven't really gone exploring through them. Did I mark off my spell slot? I didn't.
Okay. You would see, folks, you would see the lantern as this arcane energy sort of poofs out of Deflator. It gets pulled into the lantern, which begins to glow brightly, actually, for a moment. And you might see Deflator begin to concentrate. And I assume maybe Deflator, you might close your eyes as you see this, or maybe you just look into the distance. And Deflator, you would see a vision of a ragged figure in sort of like leather armor with a tattered cloak. and they have some of the same features of those pallid elves you saw with the false chosen a few nights ago. And they're muttering to themselves as they're right in this spot, and they're actually carving this stone, and they're muttering to themselves, "Have to keep them out. She wants them to stay out. Leave that elf alone. She should just kill the elf. But we mustn't question the Dark Lady. No, Marak will carve, make coin, and go home. That's what old Marak will do. Mustn't anger the Dark Queen." And you see him carving.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I will turn to the party and I'll say, well, it has been spoken to me that, I think it was Lusanne's suspicions are correct.
Oh, so?
The Chosen, not me,
The not-so-chosen chosen.
Yeah, I guess in this case now, the not-so-chosen, carved this. For what purpose, I cannot glean. Something about upsetting the Dark Lady, or not wanting to upset the Dark Lady, and an elf. Don't know what any of it means. Don't think I care. Like, I care, but I don't.
I don't know much about magic, but could it be maybe what do you call that? Like a binding spell? And Versailles looking at Lusanne for confirmation.
A glyph, maybe? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like any sort of binding spell. I could always take a closer look. It just seems like words.
Well, it is particularly from the Shadowfell in its nature. I don't know, the languages from there, or the power that they hold, I don't know if they're similar to a language like Infernal, where there is specifically power rooted in the words that are written.
Possibly. Do you know what the exact words are now?
No.
Okay. I could always do some detecting of magic to see if I could see if there's any residual effects.
You should do that.
Okay. And he'll have himself a seat. And start casting.
Ren is gonna wander off.
Goodbye.
Bye, friend.
Ren.
I'm gonna kind of lean closer to Octavian and go and say, "You pick an odd bird to go and bring along with us. I mean, he's got his uses, don't get me wrong, but he's odd, and that's coming from me."
Who are you talking about?
I am definitely playing a girl?
No, sorry, did I say, I thought I said Octavian.
Yeah, but who are you talking about?
No.
Who are you talking about?
So, he's talking about Lusanne.
Oh.
I'm a dragon, not a bird.
The slang bird kind of threw us off.
Yeah. You know Deflator's the girl.
No. He's you know the old saying or whatever, you know, an odd bird.
Oh, it's an old bird, eh?
Yeah. That's basically what he's going and saying at this point. But he's like he's looking at Lusanne and just going to be like, "Dude, you pick odd people to go and have around. I gotta say, and this is coming from me."
I'll just repeat.
Let's see if I let you in my tent ever again.
Strange, sure, but look at the rest of us. Fits right in. And besides, with his knowledge of magic, not to throw any disdain towards Deflator, I think we are surely needing in that, given the trouble we are getting into.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. I think a little more magical know-how is probably good, but are any of them, like, not, you know, out of their mind or anything like that?
I'm pretty sane. Just
Can I roll a
very
perception check to hear if I hear the words out of my mind when referring to the wizard?
Sure.
I mean, how far away are you at this point?
4. I don't hear it.
I don't think you heard it.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm like, he's not being, overly quiet at this point. So.
Oh, I mean, like, I still want to roll, and it kind of determines whether I respond or not.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Deflator will keep her snarky comment to herself.
Damn it.
Can I just make a perimeter around the stone as Ren just walks past us?
Yeah.
And just check the stone. Do I see anything that hasn't already been identified, or maybe something that kind of jumps out at me and from my character's level of knowledge?
No. So the stone slab itself is circular, roughly circular. It looks like a couple of larger stones may have been fused together, but then polished. And it is at about a 10, I'd say like a 10-degree angle off the ground. It has a base which rises up out of the ground, about 9 inches on the short end, and maybe about a foot on the other end.
Okay.
Which gives it just a very slight slant.
Yeah, like looking at a plaque at a museum or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see anything on it that.
Yeah. Or like a sundial, but there's no.
Okay, yeah, like a sundial.
Yeah, there's no thing that would,
I don't see anything like an celestial or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
I suppose those words were in primordial. One of the 4 languages of primordial, were they?
If it's Shadowfell related, I can't imagine it would. Given that the Shadowfell is different.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say if Deflator and Lucan put their heads together with a check, you may be able to tell the name of the language.
Well, at the moment I'm casting a spell.
Okay.
So.
While you're doing that, can we check in with Ren?
So Ren is just walking away. He doesn't know what's going on with this. That's not his realm of expertise. So he's just going to let them do their thing. And Ren, because you said it's really foggy, so Ren is just going to kind of walk the path away and just kind of look and listen for anything. He's trying to get away from the party because they're talking a lot.
Sure.
And he just wants to listen and see if there's anything out there that he's picking up on.
Yes. Actually, as you're walking, and let me think. As this, it's really a different direction because you were headed southeast. So, but just for this, I'll say that you're walking west because I can't do the math in my head. Hold on.
So if this was southeast,
Yeah.
then so if this is southeast,
And this would be northwest.
and this is northwest.
This would be northwest this way.
Did we come this way?
Yes. So you came. Let me get my thingies. Yeah. So
I thought
this
you put down here.
this would be southeast, the way my arrow's pointing.
Okay.
Yeah, so then Ren is heading northwest.
Wouldn't this be northwest?
Or northeast. Sorry, yeah, so this is northeast.
Okay. Yeah, I was getting confused by that.
God, I had to tilt my head to make that make sense to me.
I know. Let me just do this. Can you see that?
E.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll say this is just because we've established it. Cool. Yeah. So as you're doing that, Ren, looking ahead, you would see, as you're moving, you have sort of there's sort of like a fog of war where you can see about 100 feet ahead of you, or so, before it's socked in, and you would actually hear what sounds like some strange voices coming from the northeast, a little bit ahead.
And thank you, Kick, spot on with that Foley work.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm gonna turn on my push to talk right now. Go on.
No, that was
Oh,
great.
I'm sorry, I'm having fun with you.
That was funny.
Yeah, so what? So I hear some voices
You do.
coming from ahead of me.
Yes, some strange sounds. High pitched.
Okay, I listen as intently as I can.
Sure. So it seems almost like a whining or a whistling sound, and it's a little bit it's a little bit intermittent, and you're actually getting, especially with your passive perception, you're getting a little bit of overlap. Like there might be 2 or 3 sources, and they're overlapping.
Does it seem like it's on the path or off the path?
It would seem like it's up ahead just a little bit further, but off the path.
Ren will very cautiously just move further along the path.
Sure. You would see as you walk down the path a bit more, maybe another 50 feet, would we say?
Sure.
Or so. You would actually see what looks like some structures off the path in a clearing. It looks as though they've been destroyed. And you would actually see, if you got a little bit closer, you'd see a couple of figures laying on the ground.
I'd go investigate. Does it seem like recent damage?
Yeah, well, why don't we roll, investigations, perfect. Okay, so, it's hard to see, you don't see any smoldering, but it does appear at a glance that the buildings had been burned. And hold on a second, I'm getting this thing, the thing where you get the USB plugging in, unplugging constantly. There we go.
Oh yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah.
I plugged in my phone to charge it, and it's just like I'm like, okay, never mind. Sorry.
That's why I don't plug my phone into my computer.
Yeah, huge.
That's why I disabled the sound on my
it's terrible.
Windows.
If I can say one nice thing about Windows 11, it's that the device in, device out sound is way less obnoxious than in 10.
I just.
I don't believe you.
Oh, Leg, thank you for the sub with Prime. Always appreciate it.
I wish it would auto renew, because I forget about it all the time.
That should be an option with Prime sub. Is like, there should be a checkbox for auto resub, or at least notify about auto resub or something.
Yeah, I got a couple of friends who are affiliates. So I throw it to them sometimes if I think of it, or if I don't think of it, I throw it to Critical Role usually.
Yeah.
So Ren, are you stepping cautiously? There's basically, so the path is not so much like a road. It's just, more of like a clear area with roots and rocks, right? And you're it's a little bit of a scrabble to get past it. It's not on a nice smooth road, but off to the side there's a clearing which is more grassy, and this is where you see the destroyed buildings. The fog's a little bit lighter here, and you see the figures on the ground. So are you going right up to the figures, or are you just getting a little closer?
I would go to the edge of the ruin, like the buildings, and just kind of look at them. Do they look perfectly still, like they're dead, or do they look like they're sleeping?
So as you get closer to the figures, you would see there are some dead bodies to the sides. As you get closer, you see more figures on the edge of the buildings. There's one actually hanging out of a window. Looks like they were trying to escape and they got stuck. These buildings were clearly burned, and there are 2 figures that look like they're moving a little bit, and they seem to be sort of babbling to themselves. They're sort of just like making sounds and muttering. But at this point, you would actually notice that intermittent whining sound you heard is a little bit louder, and it looks like it's coming from inside one of the. It looks like a barn, which is open. If you were to walk over a little bit, you'd be able to see inside.
And would definitely quietly walk over.
So now you would see at this vantage from this distance, you would actually see right on the edge of this barn. You would see what look like mushrooms or funguses that are about maybe a foot high or so, and it looks like the sound is coming from them.
What color?
Different colors. There's like a little patch of them between browns to reddish browns, oranges, sort of in that. Not very bright though, very dull colors. There's maybe a dozen of them.
Okay. And does it look like they're just making this noise as just a thing that they do, or does it seem like communication of some sort.
Do you want to roll maybe an insight?
Sure.
Just for fun? Oh, wow. Now that you're studying them and you're trying to, glean some meaning from this, it's clear to see now that these mushrooms actually have eyes and mouths that are hanging open, and it looks like they're in pain. The whining sounds coming from them. It looks like they're screaming.
Yikes.
Ellis, I'm gonna need therapy after this.
I think I have problems.
So Ren's gonna walk away from that and go. So he's about like
Back away slowly.
I'd say 35 feet from the two figures that he saw that seemed alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, "Howdy there."
They don't answer. They're just muttering to themselves.
Are they muttering to themselves or each other?
Themselves. Their eyes are closed, and like one of them looks like maybe clinging to life. The other one is just kind of rocking back and forth a little bit, just muttering to themselves.
All right, I guess Ren will kind of just go up to one. It's kind of like the one that seems more with it and just kind of shake his shoulder a little bit.
They open their eyes and look at you, and feeling you touch their shoulder, they sort of scramble backwards, and they just say, "Terrible, terrible, no, make it stop."
Oh, that flying thing came through here, didn't it?
It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Save yourself, just go. It's too late for us.
Yeah, probably.
God, I am so tempted to mimic Don Knotts from The Ghost of Mr. Chicken when you were saying that.
And they used Bonemi, too. That's one of my favorite movies, Elaine.
My dad's too.
Oh, thanks.
That took me a second. Wait, oh. Damn.
Yes, so this is what you see, Ren.
Ren will be like, all right, I can't do anything with this. I guess I'll go back to the mushrooms.
Okay.
Just kind of like knock on the wood of the barn just to see if they react.
The screaming intensifies a bit. It goes up a pitch, and there was a couple that weren't participating, and now you've got like 11 out of 12 at it now.
Okay. Ren walks away.
Mm-hmm. Back to the path?
Yeah, and back to the group.
Okay, as you're walking back to the group, Ren, so now you're heading in a southwesterly direction.
Yeah.
You would see a wooden fence appearing from the ground. You're not sure if you noticed it before. And it begins to line the path on the right side as you're reapproaching the group. And you can't see them yet through the fog. You see this fence rising up out of the ground, and it goes to about 3 feet high, a wooden fence.
Okay.
Just lining the path. And are you just...
Ren will kind of like hop on the fence and like tightrope walk along it.
Okay. As you're doing that, you would notice on the right side, on the other side of the fence, you would see a headstone. And then as you continue, another, and then more, and you see that there's actually a graveyard that you couldn't see before through the fog on the right side. Do you take a look at it from the fence line?
Yeah, he'd hop down and at least take a look at the first to see if it's in a language he understands.
Yeah, so you actually see these stones, they look brand new. There's very fresh writing on them, and the dates all read. Keep in mind the current date when you left Hannon was 1441. The dates that you read on these fresh stones, it's between 1240 and about 1320 or so.
Huh.
So certainly they're looking newer than they should if these dates are right, based on what you know.
Sus.
There's actually one stone that catches your eye behind another one. It's just something you feel drawn to it.
Okay. I'll bite.
As you go up, you would look at it and you would see that it says died 1402 Renvaro.
Because that's not ominous.
And what year was it?
1441.
So
50
died
years.
30. Okay.
49, whatever.
But it looks brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at something. I don't think so. We're gonna kind of look at a moment, and then go back to the party. And when you get there, anyone got a shovel?
A shovel?
Yeah, shovel.
I was going to ask at this point, have I already gotten to cast the spell?
I'm sorry. Well, yes, by now you certainly would, Lucian. What were you casting again?
Detect magic.
Yes, indeed. Okay, great. So as that goes off, you would... Give me 1 second if you don't mind.
Take your time.
Okay, great.
I'll even do that to let you get it.
I'm gonna go and reach into my bag and pull out the fuck is it called? Oh, it's not a shovel. It is
Pickaxe?
a nope.
Um,
Not quite.
Yes.
Crowbar. I'm gonna pull out a crowbar and go and say, "This is the best I got."
Is that yellow circle? Is that the detect magic?
Yes.
Great. You're getting certainly, the magical items on the party members. Naturally, they're very familiar to you. From the stone itself, you're getting a strong ping of necromancy. And from the surrounding area, you are able to perceive both necromancy as well as illusion.
Okay. That's concerning.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, he would, as soon as he was done and he got the sense, his eyes would look around and go wide. And would look... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna let you finish.
So, this is not good.
What are you sensing? You look terrified.
A lot of stuff that the Raven Queen doesn't like. I'm going to look at Deflator. There's a lot of necromancy here. A lot of necromancy.
Now when you say a lot,
I mean that the fog itself is some port of necromancy, as well as illusions. That stone is necromancy.
I'm gonna hazard a guess that number is pretty big when I go and say, on a number scale, where are we looking? Like 1 to 100.
Let's
Whereabouts
go with
we at?
90 for 90. Let's just go with 90. You know, a thought did cross my mind just now. Deflator, you said that lantern you got it's supposed to be something from the champion, right?
Huh?
Your lantern?
It's for the chosen, I think.
Huh. I don't... Correct me if I'm wrong, and my knowledge might be limited, but doesn't the Raven Queen hate the idea of trapping souls?
I imagine there's a gray area.
I could definitely agree, but considering the fact that this whole area is surrounded by necromancy and reacted to your lantern, I'm thinking that that might not be your queen. At least not really.
Maybe not.
I'm
So
not
you're
gonna say
saying
do
the
Go ahead.
false chosen we fought the other day
Might have
is
thought they
was
were the chosen of the Raven Queen, or at least someone that said they were the Raven Queen.
hmm,
He didn't certainly seem that bright. So he looked like
this
he could be fooled easily.
this artifact of deflator, is there a way to prove its authenticity, that it is in fact an instrument of the Raven Queen, or created by someone true of her faith? Because if that is the case, if that is in fact true, then perhaps it is not that he was being fooled.
I could be overthinking the whole thing, which I definitely would understand.
Well, I am not a magical scholar, but from my limited understanding, that many of the different schools of magic have lots of different applications. Some are far more simple than others, but would necromancy necromancy is not just uh, the creation of undead and whatnot. There are other broader applications to it.
Of a
Am I
sort.
correct in this?
The best way to think of it is the manipulation of the dead. It doesn't always have to be seen as a bad thing, because you could use something like revivify, which I believe is necromancy.
It is.
Correct.
Um, which brings someone back from dead who was not, and does not harm them in any sort of way. It seems necromancy is more of,
Life and death sort of thing.
yeah, manipulation of life and death. Just like evocation is the manipulation of creation.
Mhm. And Deflator, you are a resident Raven Queen expert. What is her official stance on the practices of necromancy? Are there specifics?
Um, with the Raven Queen specifically, it is more so because she won't look down on you casting Revivify on your fallen ally. Realistically, with how that magic works, it sometimes doesn't always work, right? Um, in the sense of, well, if they're really destined to not come back, they're not going to.
Hmm.
Yeah, like which out of character Raven Queen's fine with like resurrection, just not undead.
Yeah, it's an undeath thing.
So to specifically the creation of the undead and the defiance of fate, basically, that she does not approve of. Interesting to note. Well, I suppose we continue on the direction that we were meant to go as soon as Ren returns. In the meantime, be alert.
I think, I do think that we 9-gag the stone.
Yes, I don't think there is anything to gain from defiling the stone.
I think there's a lot to gain from defiling the stone.
Do you think it was? Let's see. Hold on. Let me double check Ellis's.
Could you provide an example, for instance? In regards to defiling the stone, like why it would be a good thing?
Sorry, what was the question?
He's asking for like an example of if we destroy the stone, what's good, what's possibly bad about it.
I don't know if there's anything possibly bad. The good thing is that it satisfies my ego.
All right, that's legit. That's legit. Okay. All right. Well,
Possibly killing
that's
some
fair.
necromancy. Could be a good way of seeing it too.
Well, if she's not a fan of necromancy, I'd say that that's probably a good thing to avoid, or prove that we are non-practicing, so to speak.
You're gonna get no response from Lucan out of that one.
I mean, Ren's no longer there, but I mean, if this is we're in a shadowy area, and it says like the people with this are follow the crow or whatever, like what if this is like her thing, and you're gonna smash it?
That's why I think we should leave it alone. We don't know what it is, so we don't know if we break it, if we're gonna piss anything off. I think it's best that we just wait for Ren to come back. I think it's best that we wait for Ren to come back, and then we will continue on our direction. In the meantime, just stay alert. And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna keep my my hand on my sword hilt, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we check in on Ren?
Sure. Ren's gonna quickly do a check of the other graves in the area, see if there's any other names he recognizes.
Actually, Ren, as you proceed down the rocky path, roots intertwine with the crushed stones from the long-forgotten Zanari Empire. You make your way northeast. Following the path, the wooden fence again appears from the ground, begins to line the path on your right side.
So it's on the other side of the road.
Mm-hmm. And you see again a headstone, then another, and another, just as before. This time the stones appear faded. The writing is more worn. The dates are the same, but they look much more weather-worn than the last time.
Is there still one labeled Ren Varo?
Looking, you would indeed see one labeled Ren Varo, and you would see another one next to it.
Labeled.
It says, "Here lies Versailles."
Ren is going to attempt to dig his own grave with the crowbar is the best he was given.
This is gonna get really weird and existential, I think.
We may lose Ren to the inevitability of the possibility of his own death.
Curiosity killed the tiger.
Among
Ren
other things.
experiences eco death.
Ren unburies his own grave and then climbs in.
His undead self buried him alive.
He looks up at himself and says, "Excuse me, I was sleeping," and pulls the dirt back down.
Yes, Ren, it says, "Here lies Versailles." Elaine, is it Gallus or Gallus?
Gallus.
Gallus. Versailles Gallus, beloved daughter of Mason and Lila.
And what's the date on that one?
On that one, it says 1441.
Oh, that's this year.
And it looks just as worn as all the others.
Yes.
Weird.
Now you're trying to dig this grave with your crowbar.
Yeah, that's the best he's got.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a check for that.
I'd probably athletics, probably.
Athletics, sure.
Sanity.
Strength. It's gotta be some form.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would.
Why does a monk have a +5 to athletics?
Oh, he's +2 and he's proficient.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
I can choose athletics for proficiency.
I mean, I'd say that with a crowbar, after half an hour or so, you're able to get about maybe 2 feet down. Working really hard.
I'm guessing nothing yet.
No, not yet.
You mind if I cut in real quick? Because a thought just crossed my mind.
Yeah, so you're back with Octavian in the center.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because
we
I
have
thought, because there was something I did not say, which I didn't get a chance to say, but a thought just crossed my mind, and it might have something to do with what Ren is seeing. So Lucien would pipe up. There's also a lot of illusion magic here. So illusion and necromancy don't tend to be gentle, huggy things that tuck you in at night. Where did Ren go? I closed my eyes for a while.
I just point in.
I mean, I wasn't asking. So I mean, at this point, Ren's been gone a while, and
Yeah.
he wandered off, came back, asked for a shovel, got a crowbar, and left again, and has been gone a while.
Yeah, he's been
So-
digging for like 10 minutes.
I would point the direction that he left. He's like, hey, you went that way. Why? Am I gonna have to go find my crowbar?
Possibly, but there might be some undead around here. Possibly something that's causing the insanity and enslavement.
So
and
my
a lot of
crowbar's
other.
fine.
So maybe we should go meet up with Ren then and make sure it's all right.
Yes, but I would also recommend that you activate your very powerful nose, Praetor.
It only works for a moment. I only have one. We finished the long rest before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as far as I'm
Okay,
aware.
so I only have 2, so I can use one now. Just if there's anything around us right now.
Octavian screams.
It might be worth doing it now just to see.
All right. Well, before we move, let me bump my orb to 60 feet so Ella can see.
Thanks.
So I'm just gonna divine sense real quick and just see if there's anything that's around us.
Ren's not that close. I'm sure Ren's.
That's
off.
right.
Right. I'm mostly doing this for the group right now.
Yep.
I'll try it again later.
Just 1 second.
Can also sense if something's been affected by the Hallow spell, so that's a bit of a wall of text, but that might possibly pertain to the stone. I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so that lasts 1 turn. Okay.
Yeah. I just get it's like a pulse.
Yeah. You're getting
Just a really powerful inhale.
Yeah.
Ah.
The big suck.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. They're over there. They are ripe.
They are ripe.
I have my moments.
It does also say that I can't detect anything that is behind total cover, so if there's stuff in the ground, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, so you actually get a ping to the southeast.
Oh. Within
What
60
kind
feet
of
in this
ping?
way?
Yeah. And looking down that way, you'd see just on the edge of the road.
I don't have that, do I?
Just on the edge of the road, you actually see a cart. It looks just like a nondescript wheelbarrow, just on the side of the road.
No, I don't. Let's turn.
So, Octavian kind of closes his eyes and sucks in, breathes in. He opens his eyes, and they kind of flare that blue cyan color for a moment, and his head immediately turns to the southeast and looks in that direction. And that's the only ping I got?
Yes. Within 60 feet, yes.
Yeah, nothing affected by Hallow within that area?
No, I read
Okay.
that, and no.
Yeah, no, I know that one's a fucking
Yeah, that's
essay,
a big one.
But
That's a big one.
yeah, it's basically I think. Yeah, it's basically like, can you detect if a place has been consecrated or desecrated? Basically.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he looks to the southeast and goes, something at least in that direction.
Is it Fey, Fiend, Undead, or something?
You
What's
know
that?
that, right, Octavian?
Yeah, I know if it's Fiend, Fey, or Undead.
Yeah. Undead.
Definitely Undead in that direction.
Not a good
And
thing.
once I pointed out that anybody who has a decent perception can probably see the cart in the distance.
Sorry, that guy is currently digging up his own grave.
We're eccentric.
There's that spell.
Well,
6th level. Damn.
either
Oh,
we
so
can go
as he
investigate- Go ahead.
points out the direction, I'm gonna go and draw a shaft and prep it in the event that we run into anything fun.
We can either go in that direction and deal with it, or we can go the direction that Ren came and at least regroup. See
We
what
should
he's-
meet up with Ren. The last thing I'd want to happen is for him to be caught in this trap of an illusion.
Or
Yes.
all of us to be separated.
That's would not be a good thing. Keep your wits about you. This is supposed to be its lair.
You know, we elves have a saying: never split
we?
your party.
That's a good saying.
Yes, and we're
Yeah,
doing
nobody
so
ever
good at
listens
that.
to it though.
Splitting the party is my favorite thing to do.
I've noticed. As you wander off from time to time. Just where is he? Alright, he's gone.
I love how Ren just marches back. Can I have a crowbar? Thanks. Back into the fog.
Like no one's asking, so he's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna draw my sword, and I'm just gonna look at everybody else and just go. I'm gonna go make sure our monk is still alive. And I'm gonna start marching in that direction, and hopefully try to find Ren.
Okay. As we're doing this, Ren, as you're digging, there's a buzz from your pocket.
Wait, did you
Oh,
ever
that
send
makes
her back a message?
I did.
Okay, I must have missed that.
I PM'd it to Ellis.
Ah,
Yeah, he never made the first message known that he received it. So
And
That's
there was
fair.
there was just a conversation I didn't want to interrupt it, so I just PM'd it.
And I was just gonna say that, like, I don't mind just reading it to Ren out loud so everybody can hear it, so you're up to date. But is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So the message, Ren, you would get, and you might find it odd. Let me actually check one thing. Yeah, you might find it odd because you're getting another message, and it's only been less than an hour.
That is
And it comes through and it says, Ren, a brash dwarf captain and a half-elf came today, made quite a scene. It's been several days. We can't find you.
dun, dun, dun.
He's finally getting a signal.
That's the people from the ship that he came on, right?
You might remember the brash dwarf captain. You might think that she's referring to Brilwyn, and the half-elf you might infer would be Halimeth.
Yeah. Ren respond. Ask Nire. She knows exactly where the fuck we are. If she can get us back, it'd be appreciated.
I think I actually just got what's going on.
You notice, Ren, as you're trying to do this, it's behaving a little bit differently because it seems as though you've already used it today. You're not sure if it went through or not.
Ren just says to himself, I fucking hate this place.
Great, and so let's recap. Octavian, Lucien, Versailles are heading down. Deflator, and Cake. I don't know if you can hear me. You're all following, or is anyone staying in the center?
No,
motioned
Garwin's
for him to
heading
come.
down with him.
Okay.
I'm not staying in the center. I'm scared.
Okay, then.
I will stay in the center.
Okay.
Really?
By
Richard?
yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
No fear, I like it. Why do you think Ren wandered off, man?
Well, what about Adney? Is she staying with Deflator or is she coming with the group?
She probably wants to go see what that Ren's okay, so she'll say, Deflator, are you sure that you'll be fine here?
Am I sure? No. That's why I'm staying.
If Deflator is staying, then B will probably stay, actually. Just because B didn't want to be alone. But I don't mind waiting in the middle.
Okay. Seeing that Deflator has company, Adney would follow the group to see Ren.
Unless Deflator wants to be alone, in which case, I'm perfectly fine with me.
I don't care whether I'm alone or not. That's up to you, really.
All right, we're going to be hanging out in the middle. Center buddies.
Great. So at Octavian and Versailles, Lucan, Agarwin, Adney, as you're heading down the path, it's a rocky path with roots intertwined with the crushed stone from the long-forgotten Zanari Empire. As you're passing through, you would see on the left side of the path, a wooden fence appears from the ground, begins to line the path. You would see, continuing on, you would see one headstone, then another and another, and you'd recognize a graveyard. And you would see a figure who appears to be about 1.5 feet deep, with dirt flying out of a hole, a crowbar in their arms.
Are you sure you mean the left or the right?
I do mean the left.
Okay, just making sure.
Look to the side. This is the crowbar.
Feel free to draw. If anybody wants to draw, you can, or I'll just leave it as it is.
Oh, good. My crowbar's safe. We're good, guys. We can go back now.
Maybe I could try.
This is confusing because Ren thinks he's on the right side.
Right.
Depends on which direction we're coming from, though. In that
He went
fog.
the same way he did.
Yeah, but in that fog, who's to say what happens?
But I can clearly see, like, once I get a good look, despite him being a bit dirty, it is Ren digging, right?
It is Ren, and Ren, you might notice your friends, from your perspective, your friends came from the far side of the path.
You said that Lucan went and picked up on illusion and necromancy, correct?
Correct.
So yeah, I'm thinking that we're in the middle of some sort of an illusion that's making people think one thing, but we're actually coming from another.
Misdirecting.
Yep.
Ren, we were worried you had been gone quite some time. You were taking up grave robbing, I see.
Is it robbing if you're digging up your own grave?
What?
Technically, yeah.
As I hear that, I sheath my sword off the fence immediately.
Do I get any sort of effect or ping from these graves?
I mean, at this point, your detect magic would have worn off.
I don't know how long we've been going.
I mean, Red's been digging for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean,
We were also talking for a while, and we'd have to walk in this direction too.
There is also the time difference thing because you were going off for a bit, and we would.
I think it's safe to say 10 minutes have definitely passed between then and now. I mean, that's just me. But I'm gonna take a look at the graves. I just want to examine each one.
Did Garwin come with us? Come with you?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh yeah, I just
Your token's just not down.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm there. I'm just haven't moved it yet.
So with the arrival of the party, Ren would kind of stop and throw Garwin back his crowbar.
I would attempt to catch it.
You're dexterous. You can man it.
Yeah, I'm sure I could.
We're gonna say, yeah, been at this a while. That's not cutting it. And I only looked at one other. I didn't look at all of them, but apparently I died 39 years ago, and Versailles, looks like your days are numbered.
What?
I'll have
What
to
are you
say,
talking about?
And Ren would point to Versailles' grave. No, so here's the... Do they see new graves or old graves?
To all of you, Ren included, the stones appear to be older. The writing on the stones itself is certainly faded from years of weather and wear.
Well, Ren, I've got to say, you look surprisingly spry for being, what was it, 39 years dead?
Yeah, I wasn't even born then. Funny, innit?
Just a touch. You got any, grandparents? I don't know how you human sorts go in age very well.
I mean, I do in fact have grandparents.
Well, I mean, with the same name.
No, there's
Okay, all right.
I'm
That's
the
fair.
only Red.
Yep, I'm confused then.
I'm just looking at the graves. Do I see any other names besides the ones that we've already established that jump out at us?
Let's roll an investigation.
All right, I'm okay at those.
Octavius Coventus died now.
He died in 3, 2, 1. I got
It's actually counting down. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
You do not.
It's Octavian dies at the end of this sentence, and he's dead.
I only see Ren and Versailles.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly see names, first names, different names that might be Vanadori, but no one that you know, but not specifically either. There's a good mix. And there's even some in different languages as well.
What are languages?
Yeah.
A good variety. Certainly Elvish, Dwarvish, Halfling, and even in some more exotic languages that some of you may or may not be able to read.
A Celestial?
You don't see any Celestial.
God. It's like having your minor in Latin. It's never useful. Or having a fine art degree.
I don't know. I think having I think you're both wrong, but that's a much longer conversation. That's probably not suitable for D&D.
I'm also
as the person who has one of those, I can tell you it's not useful.
Maybe. Have you thought that maybe just because you have an art degree doesn't mean you're good at art?
Possible, but my teacher said otherwise.
Hey, you can have an art degree and not be somebody who makes art.
Anyways, I'm just using old jokes.
Do you mind if I take a look?
By all means.
Do whatever you
You're
want.
better at it than we are.
I put enough effort into this, and now I don't really care. This place is fucked up. By the way, why did you guys pass me the first time?
No.
We didn't mean pass you.
Lots of
We just got
illusion
here.
magic.
And Rendell kind of hopped the fence because he came from that direction, and the circle's that way.
No, it's that way.
No, because I came down the path and I hopped the right side of the fence.
I'm gonna look at the others.
Can I go ahead and cast reduce detect magic by just activating it?
With a spell slot, yeah, I think, right?
Yeah. So, am I getting any sort of thing from these particular graves?
Oh yeah, big time.
What am I getting?
Same as before.
Illusion and necromancy?
Yes.
That's... Huh. Not good. You want to, can I investigate the graves?
Sure.
Nope, I got nothing. Sorry, can't help you. Too much fog in my eyes.
Sudden onset blindness.
Too much fog in my eyes. Sorry, it's just a lot of green and pink floating around. Which, those are the colors I associate with necromancy and illusions.
What does Versailles see?
Wow. Are you looking? What exactly are you checking?
She's
for?
looking at the graves, investigating them.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they do seem, for the dates on them, some of them seem about the right age. Some of them seem maybe a little bit too old. as if they've been there longer than they should have been. And actually, with that nat 20, a little deeper into the graveyard, you would actually hear what sounds like some gentle sobbing. If you were to go,
listening
in this direction.
I've played enough Left to know that that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say, yeah, and so I walked past this graveyard, and when I went back towards the tablet thing, the graves looked brand new. When I saw my own, and when I came back with the crowbar, I guess the graves were on the other side of the road, and they were old.
We should head back and meet with the others. We did
I can
sense.
tell you.
You did sense that undead back there.
Yes, they're ahead in the direction we were originally going.
I can tell you my gravestone's a lie.
What does it say?
The way it says beloved daughter, I already know for a fact the second person listed in that is not true.
And the date too will also be 10 years ahead of what you think the date is as well, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool, I know what I'm picking up at level 6. Or 6 level spells.
Do any of you hear crying?
Now that she
No.
points it out, do I hear it?
What's your passive? It's like 15.
16.
Oh yeah. Once she points it out, you would be able to. You would notice it.
Can I tell about how far away it is?
100 feet deeper into the graveyard.
Ren, when she said it, Ren would pipe up like, yeah, you just don't worry about that.
Yes.
Did you pick on someone?
No, I think that winged terror thing came through here. Burned a village. There's only a couple people alive, and there's a bunch of screaming, sobbing mushrooms. And I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Wait,
Are you
mushrooms?
sure you didn't sample those mushrooms?
Well, he thought we came from the wrong direction, so maybe?
I don't like any of
That,
this.
or maybe we did, and we just don't realize it.
What is directions?
Although, I would think that we would remember screaming mushrooms.
Yeah, I do remember, and you would remember if you saw them. So you'd best not.
I'm kind of curious. I'd like to go see them.
I think it might be best to meet back up and then go figure out how to progress.
Yes, we're wasting time. If there is destruction left by the winged madness, then there is no point in us being here because it is obviously not here. We need to go where it is.
Not necessarily true. Somewhere that it's already destroyed and conquered might be a good place to sit down and relax.
So then, here's the thing: are we going different directions? Because Ren walks the way. So Ren thinks he was over here, so he turns this way. Whereas if they
Yeah.
but they also, but you guys would hop the fence and go this way. But Ren thinks they came from this way. So from Ren's perspective, he goes like this. Their perspective, he goes like that. But from Ren's perspective, they're just going like this.
Oh God, it's like
And some people go
Stop
both
overthinking
ways.
it. You're a monk.
it's like it's like one of those like.
Ellis, you have
puzzle games.
achieved brain hemorrhage. Thank you.
It's like a puzzle game where you have to align stuff in the camera to create objects or whatever.
That's it.
God. Like
As I said, you're a
subliminal-
monk. Stop thinking like that.
It's like subliminal or something like that. I
He's a
don't know.
monk, not a barbarian. You know, he has comprehension of thought.
Yeah.
That's a
punch
shit
the
talk on barbarians if I've ever fucking heard it, though.
Barbarians bonk.
As God
Back
said,
in
no,
my-
I have an intelligence of 6. I think I know what I'm doing.
I have an intelligence of 6. I think I know what I'm doing.
So away we go.
The fact that they use the term intelligence is kind of frightening.
The intelligence.
There we go.
So
That's the
Intelligence.
proper way to say it.
I'd like to ask: are you heading back as a group?
Yeah.
And if
So, Hopefully,
if-
no one's gonna just stay behind again.
Are you going back the way that Ren thinks he's going, or the way that you remember coming from, Octavian? Octavian's side.
I don't know.
I would like to go in a different direction, one that none of us have gone in yet,
Okay.
and just see what happens.
Sure.
He starts wandering into the woods.
You know what? Ren was a navigator, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
I mean, I don't know if like you would. I mean, Crow's Nest Lookout is that? That's not technically navigator, honestly.
No, that's the spotter.
Oh, Ren is proficient with navigator's tools.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. I didn't know that.
No,
yeah,
wait,
no.
wait.
Ren's a navigator, so I
He
will
pulls
defer
out compass and immediately starts spinning. Yeah.
Yeah. Does Ren have a compass?
I
I
think
have a
it's
spyglass.
Best I got is Druidcraft.
That actually might. Wait, doesn't Druidcraft do something?
Yes, it does things. None of which is particularly useful, from what I recall.
Good. It's like druid.
I think it tells you the weather.
Druid prestidigitation, basically.
Like I think it tells you the weather.
That's what it does. Predicts the weather. What the weather will be in the next 24 hours.
Navigator's tools include a sextant, compass, calipers, a ruler, parchment, ink, and a quill. So Ren does have a compass.
Nice.
Ding.
Yeah,
That does a compass
Ren wasn't
work.
the navigator on the ship, but he was trained by the navigator.
Gotcha. So, well, Ren, if we are being very turned around in here, I'm going to divert to your expertise in navigation,
Well, I'm going the way that I came.
and I will follow.
Walking back the way that Ren is leading, B and Deflator.
All roads lead to home.
Yes. B and Deflator. Are you doing anything during this time, or are you just kind of waiting for the group to return?
Kind of just waiting.
Sure. You would hear them after a moment coming from this direction.
Oh, Jesus.
And Ren and Octavian and everyone, as you are walking, as you proceed down the rocky path, roots intertwined with the crushed stone from the long-forgotten Zanari Empire, you see a crossroads with a stone slab in the middle, carved runes visible on the outward-facing side. Fog hangs heavy on the ground, and you see a very familiar Furbolg and Kenku studying the stone.
Are they
Get
real?
lost.
Are they real? Asking the good questions, Lucian.
We are covered in a lot of illusion magic.
For all you
Some
And we
of
always came from the opposite direction we left.
I'm going to walk up to Deflator and poke her directly on the beak.
Good
Don't
one,
do
good
that.
Okay, fine, the arm.
No, I mean, like, I let you do that, and, like, her response is, don't
Oh,
do that.
Oh, good, you're real. This place is very tricky.
I don't know that she is. You're still alive.
That's foreboding, but then again, so is Ren.
Well,
Ren's foreboding.
No, he said you're still. It can't. Be, it might not be them because they're
Oh.
still alive.
Okay.
But Ren is also still alive. So
Oh, hey, I mean, Ren was going quite well. He could be a doppelganger now.
oh shit.
I mean, we could always stab you and find out.
We could try.
Yeah, you're right. I could try and probably fail.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a monk.
That is-
That's better. It's a good wish.
kind of take in the fact that our directions seem to change. Just kind of feel disoriented for a moment.
Well, I mean, we don't know. As far as we know, we walked the right way. It would be up to Deflator and B to be like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah, it's just the whole feeling of like, oh wait, we went
Yeah,
back this way, but came in
I
this
will
way.
definitely, Deflator will definitely point out the fact that, like, hey, didn't you guys come from, or leave that way?
Even we would point that out though, because it'd be like, wait, hang on, why are they on our left?
Yeah.
Because they walked.
But why is the runes on that side where they're standing? Anyways, maybe we can go see what the undead wants. Or kill it.
Preferably kill it, but
I'm
let's
not
go
sure I
see.
want to go wandering back into the fog.
Wait, what undead?
I detected something further up the road in this direction.
Oh. Well, let's go see what it is.
Well, this is in southeast's direction. We have to keep going, though, right?
So
Well,
tell you what,
where?
Ellis, I will pull out my compass. And what is it? What does it read?
West.
Yeah, so you would your compass would indicate true north is in this direction.
So I would say that, well, this place is weird, but that is southeast.
In light of the screaming mushrooms, the compass spins, looks around, and goes starts screaming itself because it doesn't know where it is.
Well, let's get on with the road. There is a
But you're all
monster
lazy.
that needs killing.
Ren just grabs the crowbar. He's like, "Bye, southeast."
I'll be behind.
I'm coming. The rest of you should probably come too, including the two who were staying here before.
Yeah,
This is the direction we need to move.
This is the progression of the story.
You must gather your party before moving forward.
We just run into a wall and start walking in place.
As you make your way southeast, you would see to the right side of the road what looks like a wagon or a cart, which appears to be loaded with bodies.
Ooh.
How fresh.
I know we came over this way looking for dead bodies or dead things.
Dead creature.
Who's going for that?
Me.
Versailles.
And I will immediately. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Versailles said, how fresh are you investigating, or are you just asking hypothetically?
It's just in question.
Okay.
It wasn't an investigation.
Okay.
Lucien will walk up though.
Lucien's licking his lips looking at this.
No, he doesn't eat the corpses. Hopefully, I haven't decided that part yet. But he has zero problem with dealing with corpses. So he will just walk up, give the cart like a hard kick to see if anything moves or makes a noise.
As you kick it,
I've drawn my sword.
Yes.
As he starts walking up to it, I've drawn my sword.
Walking up to the cart, do you just kick it, or do you kind of look at it first?
I'm gonna kick it first because I know there's supposed to be some sort of undead here.
Sure.
And I want it to move.
Yes. As you kick it, you would hear a low groan coming from the bottom of the cart.
Hello.
I'm not dead yet.
They're half deads.
I'm not dead yet.
I feel happy.
I was trying to think of a
yeah,
line.
sure. You just don't know it yet. That's not usually a sound that you get. You said under the cart?
Like at the bottom of it.
Like underneath the bodies, or I'm
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
In the cart. So, looking at it, I assume that you're looking at it, Lucian, now.
Yes. Now I'm looking at it.
You would actually see what looks like It must be full of maybe 10 to 12 bodies. It's a larger cart. They're stacked up. You would see.
Bring out your dead.
You would see different races. You would see elves, humans. You would see a dwarf. You would see one of those pallid elves who you saw before. Different figures. And they do appear quite fresh.
So at that, Lucan will just start grabbing the legs and start pulling them off.
Okay.
Just dropping them on the ground. There's something possibly unalive underneath them, and they
Then why
might
didn't you
not
just
be.
burn it?
And they might not be hostile. They
yeah, but
might
if
not.
you light it on fire, it should come out, shouldn't it?
Again, it might not be hostile. It might not even know that it's dead yet.
So you're pulling one body off the next, and you're trying to get to the bottom.
Yep, just one body on, one after the other onto the ground.
Okay. Can we just get a strength check to see if you're able to move these bodies?
Oh, that's not going to be good for me.
I begin to speak and then
That-
stop as he starts moving.
Yeah, so you certainly, you're trying to move the first one, and you're able to shift it a little bit, but it's very heavy.
Is there a way to like just tip the cart so that it
There's a lot
just
of
falls
bodies in
apart?
there, man.
With 12 bodies.
Justin,
Yeah,
anything's possible.
Yeah,
I'd have to go.
If you're
Oh,
figuring like average body weight of 150 pounds, that's almost a ton. With the cart itself, it's a ton.
What if I had some?
And then you have
assistance?
dead weight.
Who else is decently strong?
Rod's got 14, but he's not going to help you.
B. You're a furble. You're big.
I don't think I'm pretty strong. I got a 4.
+4?
Yeah.
Damn. Strong druid. I'll sheathe my sword and just B. Help the lift. Tip this over.
Great. Yeah. Let's do that with advantage, Octavian, or B.
Yeah.
You want athletics or just strength?
This is, I think, a raw strength check. I think, unless you're doing something fancy.
Okay.
If you're just trying to literally just pull it over.
Oh,
He's
cool.
powerlifting.
8. Actually, as you're doing this, as B and Octavian are trying to tip it, you sort of pull and it rocks a little bit, and you pull again and it rocks a little bit, and you're not able to tip it. But as you're rocking it, the front wheel cracks and the front end is going to drop about 6 inches.
Cool.
And there's sort of another groan.
Would you like me to roll real quick? Strength?
Sure.
Man, I'd love to raise some of these bodies and just have them do the work for me, but I'm not supposed to do that.
I mean, if Ellis will allow another check, but that's up to him.
I feel like now that it's broken and it's tipped over a little bit, I think if B wants to give it a good heave, I think that's good.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah. So B, now that it's tipped over, can you just describe what you're doing to it? Are you trying to pull it on its side or flip it more?
Assuming that. Sorry, did I just cut out?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Assuming that the front wheel is forward, I'm gonna try to kind of like pick it up a little bit more, a little bit higher than where the front wheel would usually sit, and then I'm gonna kind of let it drop in hopes that it'll just roll towards us. Maybe. Hopefully nobody's in the way. Look, I'm strong, but I'm not very smart. Okay. So I lift it up really high, and then I'm gonna like let it go down really quickly. I'll warn everybody. I'll say, "All right, y'all better watch out. This might not go very well." I'm gonna drop it and just jump off to the side.
Right. So as you do this, the cart would come down. The wheel would snap off completely at the impact, and the front of the cart, which looked a little bit worn, would actually break apart, and it splinters the front of it, and the bodies are going to slide out of it a little bit. In a
I
heap.
step back like immediately as she starts to lift it.
Yes. You would see more of them now. And from underneath, you would see a furry paw rise up from underneath.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. We
y'all.
got this.
Y'all, I don't. Wait, what color is the paw?
1 second.
Weren't we looking for a baby furbolg or for a little furbolg?
They don't have
Yes.
paws.
No, we do not.
Right, show me your fingers.
It is a okay. It is paw might be the wrong word. It is a furry, bluish gray hand.
Ah, okay. That's a lot different. It's like,
Yeah, that's very different from a paw.
Sorry,
you see a paw, it's like,
I
huh.
think furry hand. I think paw.
This completely changed the interaction for me. I need to like reset.
Sorry
It's
about
like
that.
borderline racist, Alice.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
See, they gotta have the little beans. That's a paw.
The beans.
Culturally insensitive. I apologize.
The beans.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you're implying that it looks very similar
To a furbolg?
furbolg, huh?
And it's trying to sit up now. You see the bodies on top of it sort of shifting as the groaning gets louder.
I'm gonna start moving bodies away from the arm,
Okay,
like shifting them off the pile, I guess.
sure. As you're doing that, as the weight shifts, it's able to get the figure making the groaning sound is able to get a little bit more leverage, and you would see what appears to be a furbolg sit up.
Uh-oh.
And it looks around, and its eyes are white, and it looks and it says, and it's trying to stand up.
Draw my sword and kind of point it right at it.
Told you you
React.
should have burned it.
Ren will help us stand up.
Okay, so you're going up to it.
Are we sure we want to go and help this thing?
Just you stand aside.
Sorry, I had to shut the door. No, B's going to actually. I'm gonna sort of stagger backwards, and as soon as I see the sword pointed, I'll say, "Oh no! Put it away!"
I'm gonna do my last divine sense. Is that thing radiating like undeath to me?
Does it tell you what it is exactly, or just if it's undead?
Just
It tells you if it's
Specifically
undead.
undead. Just tells me creature type.
yeah, it does not differentiate between vampire or zombie or skeleton or anything. It's just the
Yeah.
if it is
Yeah.
If it is
okay.
undead, it can be seen as undead.
With your last divine sense, Octavian, it is indeed undead.
Stand back. The creature is undead. It is not of this world.
I said Ren goes over and helps it up.
Why is Ryan helping them up?
Thanks, Ren.
Does it? If it makes a swipe at Ren, I'm thrusting my sword in that thing's face.
I mean, Ren has alert. He can't be surprised. So
There. I'm
I'm
still doing it.
once it's up, B's gonna stand up, and she's gonna take a defensive stance in front of it, and she'll say, I don't care what it is, you ain't gonna hurt it."
It's dead. It can't be hurt.
Ren, as you're attempting to help it up, it sort of grabs onto your shoulder, looking for leverage, trying to stand, and it's going to take its other hand and attempt an unarmed strike on you.
All right, it's resolve that, and as soon as that happens, I'm hitting the thing.
Okay.
I don't know. We're counted as undead.
Are we rolling, Octavian?
Resolve Ren's thing, because my
I'm sorry.
reaction comes after its attack. Right?
What's Ren's thing? I'm sorry.
well,
It's
Ren,
attacking him?
you said it's attacking me.
It is.
Yeah. So I was saying resolve
so you
it
roll
attacking
first.
Ren,
Oh, sure.
and then I get to react to hit it damaging Ren.
Got it. Ren, that is a 16 to hit
Miss.
for an unarmed strike. So it takes a big slap at Ren seems very aggressive, and it just goes wide.
All right, my attack 20. So that's 9 plus 12 because it's an undead creature.
Yes. A big hit. And 9 plus 12. Okay, so you just thrust your sword through it?
Yeah, pretty much. I just kind of stand back and like thrust forward.
As you
right
do
in its
this,
chest.
yeah, you hear, and the creature goes limp, still impaled by your sword.
Pull it back out, and it slumps back with all the other bodies.
Yes, it does. And now, can I, Octavian or Ren, as you're doing this, can I get a perception check?
All the rest of those bodies are now rising.
Ren, as you're looking, and Octavian, as you guys are looking at the Furbolg zombie creature, whatever it was, fall back down onto the cart, the bodies shift a bit, and you see a very familiar elf in the pile.
How familiar?
It looks very similar to a Garwin.
You know, a thought did just cross my mind. Did Lucan have a grave?
You didn't see one.
No, we looked. We didn't see any names other than Versailles and Ren.
But I mean, it was a graveyard. I mean, we didn't look at all.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
also true.
There wasn't much of a threat, Octavian.
Lucan,
No, Octavian did the right thing. It's dead.
That should be.
It's dead and it's back. The job is to kill it. Again, I guess.
Well, we
Language
did a
is
good job.
Can I do like an arcane or like some kind of investigation to figure out why this one was raised?
Sure.
Or maybe like some similarities to the bodies. Maybe they all look like us.
No, only the one is familiar right now. The other ones don't strike you as familiar, Lucan, if you're looking at the bodies.
Okay. Would you like investigation, arcane? What would you like?
Are you just trying to like think through your knowledge of what you do to see if you can glean any insight here from what might have happened?
Yeah, to maybe figure out how long they've been undead, something like that.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I'm just winging it.
Yeah, you can roll an Arcana if that's amenable. Oh, great. Yeah.
24.
Yeah. Based on what you know about, I'll whisper it, necromancy. You think that it was raised less than a day ago, especially considering how fresh it looked. It was in pretty good shape.
Hmm.
And you know how that magic works, so.
Yeah. He's not saying this to anyone.
Oh.
Ellis, are there other furbolgs on the pile by chance? And like other beings, like maybe a red cap or two?
There is indeed, if you look around, there is indeed one red cap and there's one other furbolg.
I'll sort of look to everybody, and even though I'm quite shocked that this furbolg got stabbed, talk about that later. I'll say, y'all, we might want to get out of here. I think this is the beast's findings.
We've been trying to get out of here for a while.
I feel like this place should be cleansed.
We should at least burn the bodies.
You know, that's a great idea, but this winged madness
There's no but.
might be coming.
No, there is a but in this situation. I agree.
All right, however...
If we set fire to this thing, we're just lighting a massive beacon that says, "Hello, we're all here. Come kill us."
That is actually a good point.
But if the beast can summon these creatures back up, we'll end up having a small army at our back.
They're not. There's nothing on them. They're not. There's no magic cast on them.
Yet.
If it can cast that level of magic and raise this entire thing, then the best thing would probably be to spread them out if you want to do something like that.
Oh, Mr.
Hey.
Lizard Man or Wizard Man, you know what I'm
I'm a
saying.
dragon. I'm a
Um,
dragon.
yeah,
Yes.
you're scaly. If we go and snap the bones, will that
No.
help in any way?
No.
Damn it.
Things about undead is that they're undead. They don't really feel anything when
No,
they
I
kind of.
mean, if we go and break the bones, will that stop them from coming back together?
So
Or standing up and trying to stab us?
let me give you the best thing that I can possibly think of in this moment. Are you gonna
A
feel
way
okay
out?
to snap all of their bones?
I was thinking of using rocks, but I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
If you're okay with snapping every single one of their bones, I would say aim for the shins. They're not going to be
If we're
able to
going to
walk
spend
that
that
way.
much time, if we're going to spend that much time
Might as well just burn them.
damaging them, yes, we might as well burn them, or we can just leave them, and depending on where we face the winged madness, may not even have the opportunity to raise them. And if it does, so be it, and just destroy them again. It went down. That one went down pretty easy, pointing to the furbolg I killed.
I mean, we can really just burn them later. You're right about that. I think priority number one is finding this thing and killing it before it decides to kill us, especially considering where we're somewhere where it likes to go, because it has a big pile of it. So it might be coming back any minute now, honestly.
Also, are we going to point out that one of them looks like a Darwin?
No.
Who's a
You're trying to
Garwin?
say that we all look the same?
No, this
God, you humans, you're all alike.
with that, Lucien will actually pick up the body and have it face Argoin. Does this not look exactly like you?
No.
No? You
It's
wouldn't kiss
too
this?
far of a space between the eyes. I'm pretty sure that's a gray hair right there. And, I just look better looking.
Well, yeah, you look alive.
Yes, you have color in your skin.
And blood usually running through you.
Last I checked, yeah.
Well, okay, so we're running one to see 5 minutes. Was to Octavian. As I said, it was unnecessary. I can take care of myself if it came to that. You all can fuck around with these corpses all you want. I'm moving ahead.
I do. Just
well,
doing my part.
Alright, I'll grant you that it looks fairly similar.
Lucien,
but
did you... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
would I do this to myself? I'm gonna go and draw my my saber and
Wait, what does that have to do?
pierce its heart.
That was really gross, Justin.
I
It's not
think
even
it
that.
sounded that bad, but
It's not even that. It's the very idea. Would I do this to myself? What does that have to... And he stabbed it. Okay, what?
A Garwin.
Yeah.
Can we get a wisdom saving throw?
Oh,
Yay!
no! You done fucked up now.
would I do this
Nice.
to myself? Stab.
A Garwin, you are frightened for one turn.
Apparently, you would do this to yourself.
You seemed like you had a handle on it. You had your wits about you, but as you see your blade go through this creature's heart, something comes over you, and you are afraid.
Alright, so yeah, as holding the hilt of my blade, my handles start to shake a bit. And as I go and pull it out, the tip of the blade will waver and whatnot, and be like, all right,
Good.
if you see yourself, I don't recommend doing that.
I agree.
Well, you should have said that before.
I wasn't expecting you to do that, in all honesty. I really, really wasn't. That didn't make any actual sense in what you were saying. Would you do this to yourself? What does that prove?
Does a bear shit in the woods? Stab.
That's basically exactly what he just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, yeah. To be fair,
He will slap him. Stop being scared. Let's go.
you're assuming I was thinking. Um.
I was getting the gears working.
your joke's on you. You
What the
assumed
fuck
I
was that?
right in the head.
So Ren is marching southeast,
Yes.
and is everyone following at this point, or are we splitting up?
Yep, we're following.
Yeah, so it is still rather foggy. So once you get 50 to 100 feet away from each other, you no longer have visibility. So just keeping that in mind.
Ellis,
Yes, Mr. Cake.
as the party leaves, B is gonna stay behind for a little bit. I'm gonna kind of stay behind the party, and I'm gonna get the furbolg that got stabbed, and I'll probably take him off to the left side of the path, I guess,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna try to bury him a little bit as best as I can. I don't know if
Sure.
you'll allow me to. I'd like to actually use my. If I have to use something to do it.
Yeah,
I
let's say you're
have-
over here.
Use your bare hands.
Well, the thing is, I can just I can
meant turn
probably
into a
got,
bear
like,
and
mold
I
do
earth
can't.
or
I
something.
can't mold earth. I don't have mold earth. Dang it. Okay.
I meant literally turn into a bear and take it off.
All right. I know what I'll
Bare
do.
hands.
Bare hands is very funny though. I do like
Bare
that.
hands.
I'm gonna.
I was afraid
I'm-
it just fell on deaf ears.
I'll use my plant growth ability, and I'd like to just sort of lay the furbolg down and sort of grow plants on top of him to cover. I want to cover him up in vines, roots if possible from nearby trees. I'd like to kind of give him a proper burial.
Indeed, I'd say this would take you a few minutes. Certainly, dig. Are you digging by hand?
Well, plant growth is a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah, I
What's
didn't
the
know.
casting time on plant growth.
Plant growth is either 8 hours or instantaneous, so I'm going to use the instantaneous one.
Use the 8-hour one.
Well, the hour
Oh,
one, you
you
technically
do.
cast it, but it doesn't really go into effect over 8 hours.
Yeah.
It takes 8 hours to go into effect. But
I'm
anyways,
just wondering, how deep of a hole are you digging in? Are you doing it with you're doing it just with your hands?
He's just burying the body with plants. He's not actually digging it up.
I'll dig a relative. I'll dig a shallower grave, but
Like a little trench.
yeah, a little trench, probably 2-3 feet deep. Nothing crazy, just enough to cover him up with dirt and then put stuff on top of it. Plants, flowers,
Yeah.
yada da.
Yada da.
I'd say seeing you do this, Adney would watch for a moment, and then she might help you put some rocks and things, and just in
I
general.
know, I
So
noticed
were
that
you doing
she-
this as we left, or
Yeah, as you were walking away, I kind of hid behind the party to just do it very quickly. As everybody was sort of walking away, I guess, and you were sort of making up your
So-
final lines.
so now you're behind us by about what 2, 3, 4 minutes or so?
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
I mean, unless you
I
guys
look
turned
around.
around and saw.
right. I'm looking around, seeing that we're missing our VIP and our guide. I'll just go. Hold up. We are missing the VIP and the guide. And I'll cast light on the tip of my sword, and just kind of move between the party, the two sides of the party.
I'm gonna nudge her and I'm gonna say, "You hear that? You're the guide." And I'm sorry.
VIP, and why are we spelling it?
I will.
So anyway, the last thing I'd like to do, I'd like to leave some food rations, if possible, down as well. Sort of as a worshiper of Ilianis, I think is how you pronounce it.
Mm.
It's very like accustomed to do a lot of like gifts and a lot of like bountiful food. So I'm like, okay, I'll leave a bountiful, sort of offering for Ilianis to help guide this little guy.
Actually, yeah, I mean, this sounds like it would take 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, and certainly, B, you would feel as though you have pleased the spirits that you seek to please.
Excellent. Once I have it finished, I'll turn and I'll say, I'm sorry it took a while. It's something that we got to do. If we don't, we can really anger this forest, and I'm doing it for my own sake as well. It helps me stay at ease.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the bodies and go and say, well, someone's pissing it right the fuck off.
Adney would actually pipe up and say, Agawin, should we bury you? No,
I'm not getting in a hole. That ain't me. It ain't going anywhere. Leave it where it is to rot.
Let's get out of here. She's gonna run up.
It ain't me.
Behind Ren.
It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son.
Alice, out of curiosity, so my alternate body, does that have any gear on it?
Did you want to investigate it?
Sure, I'll do that. Let's see. Where the fuck is investigation on here?
It's on your
It's under
character
the
sheet.
eyes.
In alphabetical order. Yeah.
Actually,
I don't see anything.
You only do see one thing. It does have the same ring you wear.
I'm gonna take the ring.
Mm-hmm. You'd notice that it is actually quite a bit more tarnished and dented than the one that you currently are wearing, but it is this. It appears to be the same ring. So you can add your however you want to phrase it.
The Grinner's signet.
Yeah, signet. Thank you. Yeah, you could say like alternate signet ring, or however you want to say it.
Tarnished signet.
It's perfect.
Found tarnished.
Yeah, you have a way with words. Great. So, are we following Ren southeast?
Yeah, now that the group is back together.
Yeah. Ren, I assume that seeing Octavian and a few others stop, would you have stopped as well, or you just?
He would slow his pace.
Okay.
Remember, I have my light up, so it should hopefully cut through the fog a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Ren, if you're getting much more than 100 feet away, you would, lose sight of the party. Great. So as you're proceeding southeast, Ren certainly, and then I think Versailles up with the lead, and Adney has jogged up to join you. You would first see, and then the others would see, as you're walking, on the right side, there's a wooden fence actually appears from the ground. It begins to line the path on the right side. You would actually see a headstone, and then another, and a graveyard would begin to appear. Broken, crumbling stones with worn writing barely visible, dates barely visible.
Were we here earlier?
So I assume we're back here. We're back over the gravestones.
Did you people not solve that riddle?
What
We
riddle?
thought it best to ignore it, but it seems that we can no longer do so. Hey, Ellis, if we're over here, can you click drag everybody over there?
What I'm going to do, actually, if I may.
You may.
I'll just do this.
As the DM, if you may not, then I'm confused.
I like to be polite.
Looking at the gravestones on the other side, do we see the one that Ren was digging in?
You would, if you... let me think for a minute. Not right away. Did you want to investigate?
I just want to like kind of peer over the side because it was one of the first ones on the row, right?
Yeah, you see one that looks like it's in about the right spot, but the writing is very worn on it. It's not able to make it out, and it looks like it's leaning over. Behind it, it looks like the dirt may have been disturbed long ago, but there's certainly no hole there.
Interesting.
Do not be distracted by the illusions.
Ren,
Continue forward.
there's a buzz in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I think I actually understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Living the same same 5 seconds over and over and over again. Fuck.
Close enough.
Cobra, I'm just going to chat you this one.
Okay.
Great. That's not good.
Oh, don't worry. We're not gonna die. Never mind.
No, but
Do we have a way forward or progressing?
if we go back to the crossroads, I think we know what we have to do.
I don't think we're going back to the crossroads. I think that's the point, is that we're just continuing on a path. We need something that can cut through the illusions, and the only thing I can really think of at this time is Deflator's lantern.
Adney's actually going to hop the fence. She's just looking for that stone of Ren's.
How long does Deflator's lantern like go?
It doesn't ever go out.
Yeah, it's always dim in about 5 feet or so. I gotta look and see because
it sacrifices the spell slot.
Yeah, let me.
That would make it brighter.
But so I'll let. I mean, Leg, do you want to handle this, or you want me to try to describe it?
I don't know what's being asked.
Okay, yeah, because there's 2 things you can do. One is the light, and one is the memory.
Yeah.
So they're asking if the lantern's still doing any kind of a special light, but I wouldn't say that it is right now.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's glowing dimly.
Well, I also used a memory, and I used a spell slot. Like, I don't have anything I can do with it. Like,
I mean, you could spend
glows
another
like
spell slot.
I don't have any spell slots. I literally just said that.
We would have rested beforehand. So
Yeah, you would have had a long rest, and I think you've used 1 Deflator?
I've used 2.
What was the second one?
I used 1 last session.
We rested last session.
I wasn't here then. I should have been told that.
Sorry. That's my bad, Leg. I apologize.
Then, yeah, sure. I'll use a spell to, like, increase the light to 30 feet. Or however much it is.
30 feet of bright, 30 feet of dim.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, right now? At the graveyard?
Yeah, right. Like, well, is that not what was being asked of me? I thought I was being asked to use it.
Yes,
right
that is
now.
exactly correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but how long does
Then,
it
yeah,
last? Because it doesn't say on the item.
And
That's
it
also
doesn't.
the DM.
Yeah.
It's up to God's hands.
Yes.
I think he's talking.
I sent you something, Leg.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, I don't think this is really the play, though. But if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, once we get out of this, we could always take a breather for you.
I mean, I don't think we're getting out of this. I think that, like, we're kind of stuck here, and we need to, like, figure the thing out.
Right, that's what I mean. So, but again, my question still asks, because, like, I mean, I'm just looking at it to see if, well, what your thing does, but it doesn't say how long that bright light, external, like, extra radius gives. It doesn't say how long that lasts.
I imagine it just lasts until, like, I put it away.
All right.
If it doesn't say anything, like, but that's up to the DM.
Right.
Okay, so you are doing it, like?
I'm not unless I'm gonna be bullied into it.
Okay.
Because I think this is an absolute waste of time.
Well, my concern is that if L is intended for it to have a limited time use, that if we use it at the improper time, it's not going to get done properly.
Exactly, and that's why I don't want to use it now, because there's no fucking point in using it.
Yeah, so just so we're clear, and like, I'm happy to talk now or later, but I feel like the Forgotten Lore feature would allow you to see invisible creatures and objects.
Right, but for how long? Because it doesn't specify.
No, it doesn't. Is a minute fair? Or would you say 10 minutes? Let me think. How about... No, I'm sorry.
It's a legendary item.
Sorry.
Sky's the limit.
Sorry, yeah. What's like... How long does True Sight last if you cast it?
I think True Sight lasts like an hour.
An hour, yeah. Let's say an hour. Thank you. Sorry for the mistake.
No, it's just like...
It's all good.
I'm
It's a
just looking
homebrew
at it
item.
to see if it's
It
yeah,
happens.
and it's a homebrew thing, and we're just looking at it like, okay, well, this is a thing we need to know.
Yeah.
Because durations are very important in travel stuff.
Yeah, I wanted it to be similar to that spell in terms of duration.
Okay. Well, let's put a pin in it for now and just see what we get out of this.
Okay. Are you continuing southeast?
I mean, does Adney find anything?
Adney's kind of studying a couple different stones right now.
Don't wander off too far. There is something possibly not friendly further ahead and further into the graveyard.
She looks up. She says, "I can't read most of these. They're far too." And at this, she screams.
Yeah.
And you would see her fall to her knees, her hands over her mouth.
What's it?
She's just shaking her head, and she's looking at this one stone.
Does it say her name?
You walking up to look at it?
Yeah, definitely.
You would see in worn lettering, it says, "Here lies Her Majesty Queen Ethelinde of Hannon, 1424 to 1443. Gave her life for her people during the Battle of Provos, Bloom the 4th, 1443.
Okay, so that's her name, but it's the wrong date.
It's 2 years from
Wrong
now.
titles.
Wait, that's 2 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
It said 14... Oh, it said 1440... What?
1443.
Oh shit. Okay.
And she's not the queen.
Yeah, she's not queen.
Yet.
But she can't wait to be queen.
Betcha she can now.
Oh. Okay, so that's weird. So it's showing a date for her that's in the future. It's showing one for Ren that's before he was born. And we had one for Versailles that's the current year, but for her, it's 10 years in the future.
Does anyone need Excedrin?
I needed it about 10, 20
I need a
minutes
brain
ago.
massage. Holy shit. That is most ominous.
She points
And yet there I am, still walking around, apparently.
You stabbed yourself.
Yeah.
She would sort of grab for your robes, Ren, and she says, No, she says, there's never been a battle in Provos. What does it mean?
There was a battle in Provos. I should have been there.
It doesn't mean, I mean, can Ren talk?
Yep, sorry.
This is a lot of excitement.
It doesn't mean anything. My grave said I died before I was born. And if things are going to lead towards a battle in Provos, now you know not to be there.
She shakes her head. She's going to stand up and she's going to kick the stone with her boot. And it falls over.
Good form.
Form.
Looking around, I said good form.
Yeah, I know. That was the funny part.
I just want to take a quick sweep of the ones here because we didn't see hers before. I want to see if I see any other familiar ones as we're just kind of walking through here?
No, actually, other than that one, which is kind of barely readable, but you can make it out, the rest of them, the letters are just very, very worn. You know, you would almost need to get like a crayon and a rubbing to get anything out of these.
Gotcha.
Or mending. I think mending would work for this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but given the fact that it's over the damage done over the course of time, would it?
Doesn't say the time. Doesn't say anything about that.
I mean, you would just repair the stone to the point that like you would repair what was carved into it because you're just repairing the stone itself.
Who said the stones were real?
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a date on Versailles' tomb other than the year, or headstone, or grave?
There was not. No, it just said 1441.
Let's go find her grave.
Any particular reason?
I'll tell you.
How old is Versailles again?
When? After we do it.
24.
Yeah, so it would have said 1407 to 1441.
That'd make it
1407 to 1441.
Do you mean 1417?
Nope.
Okay.
Wouldn't you have been born in 1407, Versailles?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
the
because she's.
time thing has me all
Sorry, because
Yeah.
it's 14,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's 1430 for you.
Mm.
So you take 24 off, and well, depending on the month, yeah.
I mean, last Versailles news, she was 24.
It's kind of like the snap, actually. Like, are you still 24, or on your ID would you be 34? I don't know.
Exactly.
It's not. Yeah, like people are like treat.
Yeah. When she goes to renew her driver's license, there's going to be an issue.
Or might be onto something. Let's look through. Let's just kind of hug the wall or hug the fence and just see if any of the gravestones have anything that's legible on them, with any names that we might recognize.
I think we get back to that tablet and try and go the way we first came.
You'd say something about turn back now or break my word. Maybe you were onto something. Maybe the rest of them and you were on something beforehand. Maybe I should do what I'm good at and break things.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Do we know whose word it was? It was the one pallid elf, correct? That scribbled this out.
No, we have
Or
no
scratched
idea.
out?
I mean, as far as I know, we have no idea who did this.
I thought Ren not Ren, Deflator during her vision saw the one pallid elf going and carving it in.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I must
The
have missed
tablet,
that.
not the entire thing.
Alright.
I think you were already like walking at that point.
Okay.
You may have been, yeah.
Okay.
So, whose word is it that we would be breaking? If it was a word, so to speak, like an oath or something. An oath? Either way, whose word would it be? Would it be this creature's or something else?
it says of those who left, follow the raven. So, it is probably whoever left, likely follows the Raven Queen or believes that they were. The wolves will take us home, my dear. Turn back now or break my word. it has to do with. But the thing is we don't know who. Fuck.
Don't know whose word it is exactly.
Yeah.
Is
Yo,
it this
I mean,
elf that we may have gone and killed already, or?
okay, you know what the easy answer to this is? Is like we go back and we turn back. And if we just like leave the place and everything is fine, then we go back in and smash the tablet.
Have we not already attempted to leave this place and failed?
No,
No, we have not.
we've gone every
We have
other
not.
direction except back.
We have
If
gone.
I
Yeah,
may,
we've gone
Mm.
every direct. We've gone every single direction in this area except for back the way we came.
have you ever
Yes,
heard of
Lieutenant.
Occam's laser? Razor. Did I say laser? I meant razor.
Yeah, you said
I've
that.
never heard of the laser, but it sounds very cool.
It is a simple thing of sometimes the simplest solution is the correct one. So why don't we keep walking forward? We stopped at the graves just because they were different, but we didn't continue until we ran into the thing again.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of continuing down the path of the oldest graves.
At the moment, the other solution is racking our brain against a riddle that I barely translated.
I'm
And
saying if we're going to go down a path, I'd rather go down the path where the graves are young,
Mm.
lest we wind up hundreds of years into the future.
What makes you think that we are? Is it simply because we are wasting time, or?
Well, when I first saw the graves, they were fresh, and then I saw them older, and now they're incredibly old.
it is all an illusion, remember?
How the fuck do we know?
I saw it. I detected it.
That doesn't mean shit. We already know that time is fucky in this place, so maybe this is just an example of it.
It's possible, but at the same time, I'm like.
I've also gotten 3 messages on the sending stone from Siliquin today alone.
And what did they say?
3?
It shouldn't be
3.
possible. It's only supposed to work once a day, right?
The first one said we were gone a few hours. The next one said we were gone a few days. And this one didn't specify, but it must be a long time because the dwarves are attacking.
Shit.
Well, in that case, can we move our fucking legs?
That's
I
what
would
I'm
love
trying
to.
to do all day.
But the question is, do we continue down the same path, or are we going to wind up back where we started?
We don't know. We need to travel it in order to figure out where it will lead. If we do nothing and we backtrack, we are just going to keep running around in circles. I honestly think that we are overthinking the riddle. I think it is just something put there. I don't think it's really anything other than words and a necromantic trick.
Well, let's keep moving. We'll see what happens.
Now, keep in mind that I'm not great at casting magic, but if this is the domain of said creature and this magic is potentially its magic, Lusand, if you were concentrating on a spell and someone killed you, what would happen?
What was the end of the question?
If
your
you were
concentration on a spell,
concentrating on a spell and someone killed you, what would happen?
the spell would end.
So earlier we'd gone and said that it may not be a good idea to light said bodies on fire because it would give away our position.
You think you want to draw it here?
I mean, if we kill it, said magic goes away, does it not?
Assuming that it is brought on by a creature, and that this is not something environmental or set up by something far older than the creature.
We were
Also-
sent here to go and deal with said creature, and if we deal with it and it's not its spell, well, we know it's not the creature, but we've done our job. We now know that we need to look for something else.
Also
It's just
assuming
ticking
that
off boxes.
it shows up rather than more undead.
I mean, do we have any idea how close or far we are from this creature's actual lair?
We have no idea where we are.
We don't know anything at this point from the sounds of it.
All we know is a direction that we were supposed to head, and that eventually we would find more signs of it. Is that correct?
Exactly.
DM?
Is what correct?
That we were told to head in a direction, and we would eventually see more signs of it, and eventually we should run into it.
Yep.
That if we kept going in that direction, we'd find its lair.
Yep.
I think it's safe to bet that the path forward, which led to a pile of bodies and ancient graves, is the path forward.
Well, let's
Don't forget the zombie.
see where this road takes us. Keep
Yes,
following.
please walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Yes, so you're walking southeast along the path?
Yeah, we're just gonna get back on the path and follow the fence.
You mind if I bunch you up?
Yeah.
That would be great, actually.
Yes. I didn't want to touch anyone's token without permission.
Don't touch me. I like
Oh,
how
that
Versailles
tickles.
is just slightly off.
Yeah, everyone's a little off. That's weird.
No, it's Versailles. Versailles is the only one who's just slightly
Versailles
off.
was the only one that was on target. Everyone else is off.
There we go.
Okay, so proceeding to the southeast. So as you proceed down the road to the southeast, roots intertwine with the crushed stone from the long forgotten Zanari Empire. You see a crossroads with a stone slab in the middle. Carved runes are visible on the outward facing side. Fog hangs heavy in the grove. Sorry, girl.
This place again.
Yep, and we are leaving. Turn back, friends.
Okay. What does Deflator do?
I will spin on my heel and begin walking away. This way, you mean?
Yeah, like northwest. This way.
Alright, I will begin heading that way.
Alright.
Okay.
Why exactly are we going this way again?
Because
To
it's
see
the
if
way
it
we
loops
came.
us again. Also to see if it loops us again.
Ah.
Yeah. Like if it lets us leave and nothing happens, right? Or if it loops us again, the answer is break the stone.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. Turn back now or break the stone.
Okay, so you're walking northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you proceed down the rocky path, the roots intertwined with crushed stone, you would enter an idyllic grove.
Wait.
A large magnolia set in the center with white petals falling slowly to the ground is what you remember seeing this before. It is carpeted in fallen leaves now. This place is one of fallen stone, shimmering leaves and branches in a myriad of color, and sickly-looking golden orbs floating in place. There's a stone structure in the center which appears to have been long since overgrown with vines and moss, puddles of water laying stagnant against the smooth stone, worn by untold years of rain and wind.
And we've not entered this area before, have we?
No.
Okay.
Woo! Riddles
Wow.
for 5-year-olds!
I know, right? God damn it.
Octavian, could you just draw how far you can see, approximately? Because I see your token.
Here, I'll just give you a secondary aura that only you can see.
Oh, okay.
That's a 60-foot dark vision.
Yeah, what's your, like, vision?
It's dark vision.
Okay.
So I can see in dim light. I can see in darkness as if it was dim light, and dim light as if it was bright light. out to 60 feet, but only in black and white and like.
Okay.
That's
gray
what the
scale.
owl can see.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a thing.
Ooh, fancy. Did it take that off now?
Yeah. Can
Sorry.
you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot everyone could see.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. There we go. Up.
Okay.
This is a cool map. This is also incarnate.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I won't take full credit. I pulled down something similar and I retooled it.
Okay. That's yeah. It's
So
really
does
good.
Deflator just run right up onto the altar?
I mean, I kind of like look through like the rubble a little bit. Can I like kind of
Sure.
like fucking rummage through it a little bit?
Sure.
Not like,
We're also
not
missing
like with intensity, but
We're also missing a Garwin and Adney on the board as well.
Oh yeah.
and B.
And B.
Are we?
I can
Yeah,
drop.
because that's
Oh yeah,
the
and B.
owl.
Yeah, we're missing B as well.
I can drop.
Perfect.
Is there just like a B token, or is it just Yogi?
No, I have a B token.
Oh, there it is. Cool. And then a Garwin. I can grab a Garwin.
I got it.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry. Double B. I'll get
Two
rid of my
B's. B has cloned herself.
Not again.
She was 16th level wizard this whole time.
So you might. What I'm driving at is Ren, a Garwin, Octavian, and Deflator. You might remember this place as where Nere dropped you originally. Nearby,
Oh.
very close by.
Huh.
But it's very different now.
Hmm.
As you remembered it, it was an idyllic grove with a large magnolia set in the center, with white petals falling slowly to the ground.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes, the place
I
is
remember
now.
that now.
Yeah, the place is now more or less carpeted in dead leaves, and there's fallen stone.
Was this thing here before? This structure?
Was it? Structure?
You don't remember it.
Wow. It was a very long time then.
Or maybe it was no time at all.
I think that, yeah. Oh, party's moving.
Okay.
Oh, Ren's getting as high as he can.
Okay, yep, Ren likes to climb.
Yo, save some weed for me, man.
As you're exploring, Ren, you would notice from this direction, and Deflator, you would probably notice as well that there is a strange rush of air coming from that direction.
Like draft, but we're outside. Or like an actual gust of wind.
You could do a perception or a nature.
I'll do perception.
Does it remind Ren of anything?
It does remind you of some of the ruins in Junipera.
I mean the wind.
The wind, yes. So with that 19 and Ren with your passive, it does seem like it would have been the beating of great wings.
Ah, fuck.
Ren, does Ren see anything in the sky? The winged whatever.
Motion for everybody to move up and, not fall behind.
I would like to half draw my bow, I believe. Given the tension that everyone seems to be under at this point, I would like to half draw my bow. Just as a sense of comfort, I guess.
There's another beat a little bit closer. And Ren, you would see Adney following Octavian's direction. She would come over to stand by you unless you directed her otherwise.
When she comes with Ren, say, take cover.
Cutting through the fog, about 100 feet or so away, you would see flying towards you a great winged creature with shimmering blue wings and a purple body. And it's going to fly into view. And with it's going to come into view, and it's heading for the altar.
Oh god, it's Mothra.
I was about to say.
No, it's Butterfree.
It does look like a giant butterfly.
I am going to fall back and take up position. I'm assuming that this is like a rubble mound or something.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so I'm going to take up position behind that, and I'm going to set arrows out in preparation for upcoming combat.
Where Octavian and Deflator are standing, I'd say is probably about 6 to 8 feet off the ground, roughly, up. So that you see there's like a staircase over here. Am I on the right layer? Yeah, staircase over here. So yeah, I'd say it's about 8 feet up. And if no one's doing anything specifically aggressive, it's going to fly and it's going to land right on this wall, and it's just flapping its wings, and it's just kind of sitting there.
It's just standing there.
Menacingly.
I can't think of a better position for that.
I try to talk to it. Does it talk back to me?
In common?
Yeah.
No.
Can I say
I call it a
hello
cunt.
awkward? Can I say hello awkwardly in Celestial?
Ren preps the attack action.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's just kind of sitting there, flapping its wings. Every time it flaps its wings, there's a good rush of air. And Ren, from your perch, you would see running into view. And I'll just show the rest of the map because I know we're kind of all over the place now. But running into view from this way, you would see 2 small creatures. And let me just pop them into view.
Oh, wow.
Fairies?
They have a fairy-like appearance, but they are running, and they don't. They do have wings, yes, and but they're running on their feet.
Pixies. I don't know. I was guessing.
Interesting.
How quickly are they running?
Great question. About normal speed.
Okay.
30 feet or so. You know what I mean? Like a 30.
Thank God it's not a fucking quicklings.
Running. No.
Okay. I'm going to speak to the moth telepathically. If it understands the language, it understands me now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sure.
I will speak and I'll say, "Hi. What are you doing here?"
I'm here often.
You're looking pretty attractive up there on that wall there, flapping.
And it just says to you, in your mind, you would hear a reply.
Oh, okay.
It can reply, right? If it understands your language, right?
It can only speak back if it has its own telepathy. Mine's a one way.
Oh, I was reading the wrong spell. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So it is indeed flapping.
It is indeed. Oh no, I was just asking hi. I want to know if it ever gave any sort of response out loud in a language that anyone could understand.
No, but you do hear some shouting coming from the right. And let me just quickly reveal this. I'm sorry, the map.
Like that, yeah, towards the.
Yeah, you can see the whole map at this point, especially where Ren is. Do you see the whole map?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully with the hide tool, I think it doesn't matter what layer you're on, as long as you
Yeah.
reveal, it works on any layer.
Yeah, so these creatures, unless you're stopping them, they're running, and then they're going to float up the steps and come here, and they're going to say, they're chattering away in Sylvan.
You're up,
What are
Versailles.
they saying?
Common, motherfucker, do you speak it?
No.
Do you say that, Deflator?
Yes.
Okay, hearing that, they turn and say, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. Did Blue Wings give you any trouble? He's been scaring a lot of people."
No trouble yet.
They look at each other and say, "This is common. What are you talking about?"
We're sorry. We're sorry. We were. I'm Dew. This is Twig. We were just playing with some of the magic. We didn't mean to make him so big. It was an accident.
Ah. I was wondering why a butterfly was so large, but nothing surprises me anymore in this place.
God, I can't wait to leave this place and be surprised about anything anymore.
Right?
Can you help us get him to regular size? Do any of you know how we don't know the words?
Probably I do.
Stop thinking about it.
One for magic.
He scared some of the children. We don't want. He's so gentle. He wouldn't hurt anyone.
I'm gonna look at the others and go and say, "All right, what's our next option?"
Does it have the ability to set anything on fire?
They look and say, "Fire, blue wings. What do you mean?"
How long has your butterfly been large?
Ren's gonna turn to the group and say, "I don't think this is what we're looking for."
It's not.
At this, you would all hear an unsettling muttering sound. It's faint, but it seems to be coming from all directions.
Okay.
I looked at the tiny fey creatures. They're just standing on the ground, right?
They're sort of floating.
Okay, just go. We're not the only ones that heard that, right?
What? And they point to Lucan. They say, "Is this the magic? Are you going to make him small again? Please hurry."
Hurry. That's not a good thing.
Move through this doorway and just look at the stairs and just kind of scan.
I will cast Dispel Magic on him.
So I believe that would remove the effects of an enlarge spell.
Yes.
It's under the effect, yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, if you're casting Dispel Magic, you would see the butterfly begin to shrink and get down to a normal butterfly size.
It's like when you're playing Mario, you get hit by something.
Yes. And these two would run up and say, "Dude, did you see that? Blue Wing's okay. Did you see that?" And they seem very happy. They say, "Thank you so much. Is there anything that we don't know how to repay you? Is there anything that we can do? We just want to get him back home."
Information would be useful.
How about getting us back home?
Yeah.
What sort of information? Home? Where? You folks are not from around here, are you?
What gave it away?
What tipped you off?
I told you, Twig. There's some strange folks in these parts these days.
Yes, about that. And we are working to get out of this unfamiliar place. But for now, we have a task that needs to be done. There's a creature that is terrorizing the denizens of these woods, both the Dryads and our Furbolg's family here. She called it the Winged Madness, and it has been terrorizing people of these parts for quite some time, and we are going to do our best to remove it as a problem. Have you seen anything that flies and is of a dark and evil nature?
As you say
I'm gonna
this,
point at the butterfly.
That's not evil. Butterflies are adorable, except for SpongeBob.
Yo, that episode is fucking horrifying. That episode gave me fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
It fucking
It's
was
the it's like the bass boosted buzzing noise when it zooms in on his eyes.
It doesn't help. It's just so bad. Anyways, as you were saying something else, I apologize.
No, I was going to say, as you're asking them, Octavian, they sort of have a quizzical look on their face, and they're looking at each other. They're sort of thinking about your words. And at this, you would hear, coming from the same direction the butterfly came from, but higher, a great rush of air, as the fog appears to be disturbed a bit. And there is a squall from the black sky above. A figure, pale green, with great claws, comes whiffing into view, landing with a frumious thud atop the stone parapet. Huge, pale white globes with no discernible pupils gyre and gimble, bulging from either side of slitted nostrils, below which hangs a terrible maw lined with jagged teeth, each like the broken blade of a cursed sword, eager to once more pierce flesh. Undulating tendrils of flesh and scale surge and ripple as it grabs with its claws as it lands the butterfly and the fey creatures, crushing them to ribbons with its terrible claws. And before you, you see the winged madness.
What the
You were
fuck
waiting
is
for
that?
that.
And
Who
we
gave
can,
Ellis a dictionary?
Why does it have hamster teeth?
and we can roll initiative.
You were waiting for that, Ellis. That was
Oh, boy.
awesome.
Who gave Ellis a thesaurus?
I don't know, man.
So I know Elaine I know has to go. Cake, you gotta go. We could pick up right here next week, or we could get into it for an hour. Either way.
Do you think the combat will be done in an hour?
Probably.
Depends on how much people fuck around.
Also true.
We do have action economy.
I mean, I'm a monk. My things are simple. Attack.
Yeah, same. I'm a paladin fighter. We do one thing and we do one thing very well.
I usually plan things out ahead of time.
I
Unlike most
shoot
casters.
things.
Is that
Okay, so I
someone
am-
leaving?
That was the
or-
bot. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
bot.
I
It's
was
just
figuring
easier
you were
for-
getting the battle music going.
I wish there was just like a button on the like thing that's like I wish stop just meant clear the queue.
Oh, yeah,
Stop
okay.
the song and stop the song, and then I could just play again. But now I have to tell it to leave and then come back.
Yeah, I'll fix the turn order. Just take me a minute.
I'm sure there's sure if I pay them money, I can.
We also
I
never
can
got
set
an
up, like,
answer from
custom-
our friends.
Which friends? The ones that are crushed?
No, our friends that may have to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be leaving in a sec. I just went ahead and rolled so that way I'm on the turn order.
Sure.
I'll
Okay,
do
what
it.
about cake?
Cake.
Travis.
Mr. Music Man.
Fell asleep.
It's possible. God, that's so funny when
Yeah,
that
I think
happens.
with two players down, I don't know if that doing a port in combat is a good idea. Personally.
No, probably not.
I would just ask. I don't know if Cake is still listening. Oh wait. He said, "Sorry, I'm relocating."
Oh, okay.
So he might be good to go if we give him a minute. And I'll just tell you where my head is at, and tell me I don't think this is super rude, but I know Cake comes late a lot, so I wouldn't want. I mean, if we're, you know what I mean, I wouldn't. And that's cool. I know he's worked, totally normal. You know what I mean, but I wouldn't want to stop and then. Oh, hey, Cake.
Sorry, I've been relocating because of my current working situation. I'm like up in a trailer, and I just got kicked out of it because my parents want to go to bed and they don't want to listen to me play D&D all night. So understandable,
Got
you
it.
know. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to listen to me either. Either way, so next Friday I could try. I think next Friday is my last Friday working at this fair, so I don't have to worry about this crazy schedule anymore. But if you'd like, I can try to get a morning shift on Friday, so I'm off of work by 5 my time.
I mean, you know, we don't want to have you change things in your personal life drastically.
It's nothing crazy because I could just switch with the person who's mid. It's me, my sister, and another one of our close friends, basically working as like the assistant supervisors of this big barn that we're running at our fair here.
Yeah.
So like, I could just be like, hey, can someone switch the morning shift to the mid shift? Because mid shift starts at 10:30, ends at 6:30. Morning shift starts at 9, ends at 5. So I'm like, I'll just switch somebody, and whoever I'm switching with probably won't mind the extra hour of sleep they get. So I can switch. It's not a big deal.
If it doesn't affect you too bad, it's your choice. You know, we certainly love it when you're here. So
Yeah, I've been trying to switch it as much as possible. The Friday that I got sick, that totally different story.
Oh, yeah.
I basically died when I got home, but that's another story. Doesn't matter. I've been trying to switch it up. The issue is that everybody keeps getting COVID
Yeah.
because we're interacting with like 35. Not even that. We had like, we're starting to hit like the 50s and 60,000 people a day, like interacting with us,
Wow.
let alone coming into the fair. It's a very big fair. Don't get me wrong, it's a big fair. But it was like in those times where like, oh, now my sister's out, so there's only 2 leads. So whoever's working is working a double, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So there was a lot of like scheduling issues we had in the past. We don't have to deal with them anymore, luckily. So by next Friday, I can switch it up with somebody and be like, hey, can I open on Friday? And they'll probably say yes.
Sure. Yeah. So, are you saying that for right now you got to go, right?
Yeah. At the moment, I mean, like I'm just kind of hanging out, like outside of a trailer. Just
Yeah, we don't want
hanging
you.
out, talking with you guys. So
yeah. So yeah, I mean, are we good to pick up Friday just right with combat right off the bat? That could be fun.
Yeah, I think that
I
should
would
work.
love to do that.
Great.
Sure.
Perfect. And Elaine should be here, I assume. So that'll be great.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
we have
yeah,
everyone.
I'll be here.
Ellis doesn't have
Excellent.
to pull double duty.
That's true.
He could just focus. He put all his energy into killing us.
I could do my best with Versailles, but certainly preferable to have Elaine do it. So.
Before you go, Cake, you
Yes.
want to roll us an initiative real quick, so that we at least have that ready to go.
I can click it if you're not on your computer. Gig.
No. I'm still on my computer.
Okay.
I have it right here.
Okay.
I love being at the bottom of the pack. It's great.
Yeah.
I was say, Octavian, what the
It's
hell
where I
happened?
belong. When I have high initiative, but I don't like it. I mean, I like having high initiative, but it's just.
All right, I rolled
it
a
makes me
12
target.
first time.
12. Gotcha.
No,
Sorry.
I like
I-
having
I-
high initiative, but I never have it, so I'm good.
I'm right
Also-
behind Ren.
Was it just me, or was I the only one who was picturing like a hippogriff of some kind? You know, like a lion's body with wings, not an actual scary monster.
I was going for scary monster.
I was thinking.
I
we
was
might
not
get-
expecting Mothra. That caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I'm not
Nice
seeing
big
scary
space.
monsters.
The thing that freaks me out the most about this monster is its rodent teeth. I don't like the rodent teeth on this like weird
Mhm.
dragon thing. Also, the fact that it looks like it's like, wearing like, I know you
A
just there's like
monocle?
bulging eye, but because it's like 2D, it looks like it's wearing like those,
Monocle.
yeah, it looks like it's wearing a
Yeah.
monocle basically.
I saw that
It's
too. I was like, wow, there's a sophisticated terror. No, wait, that's its eye.
It's a long-necked naked mole rat with wings. All right, it's terrible.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
what we got so far.
You know what you're really not gonna like?
I just switched to my phone.
It's stat block.
No, this.
Oh, why?
Oh, it has an aura.
Of course, it has an aura.
Now
It's all right,
listen.
I'm ranged.
I would appreciate as a favor that no one go
Yeah.
digging around looking for stat blocks, but of course
I have no idea what to even fucking look
of course
for that, man.
Of course I've modified things, but I would appreciate, but I can't
Yeah,
stop
I
anyone.
don't even know what the
Yeah.
fuck this is. Like, I really.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know its stats or what it can do,
Yeah.
but I know.
Don't say
I know
it.
what
Don't
it's
say
It's
it.
like an old.
I won't
version
say.
thing.
But I said I know what it's called.
Like, is it from another edition or is it from?
No, no, shut up. Everyone shut up.
No questions.
I'm
No
not gonna
questions.
look. I just
No
want. I
questions.
just want to know.
It looks
I
like
did some
5e. If I
digging.
had to guess.
Yeah, no, it's from 5e.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you what I know it's from.
No, shut up.
I did some digging, guys. Looks like it's just a normal goblin. I looked at some of the stats. Don't worry.
Cobra, I'm
Dude,
not. I'm not
goblin
With
got
a
like a
really
10
bad
AC.
skin condition.
Cobra, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I'm not
for
telling you to
really,
shut up
really
in real
ugly
life.
goblin.
I know.
Yeah,
That
that's
is the sexiest looking goblin I've ever seen.
It's Varn's dad.
How many goblins have you seen?
Have you seen my son? He sells soup.
That hits
Well-
me on a deeper level because the DM that plays with us on Saturday, whose current name is Strahd,
Oh,
he
yeah.
plays Hunt Showdown, and when he goes and plays, he yells into the mic as loud as he can, "Have you seen my son?" He just yells at other players, and sometimes they respond.